Welcome back inside Pechanga Arena. Gulls and Canucks getting set for their first meeting of the season. The defending Calder Cup champion Canucks into San Diego for the first time this season. First of 8 meetings that we'll have. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by Bada Fulkerson Law Group. Gulls going right back to Ville Husso as he picked up his 5th victory of the season last night. A 2.44 goals against average and a .915 save percentage for number 34. Going into his 20th game as a San Diego Gull. If you're going by averages, that means he's due for another shutout. Every 4 starts, he picks one up, so that'll be here tonight. We'll see if he continues that average. Up front, the Gulls will start Ryan Carpenter, Nico Majatovic, and Callahan Burke. And on the back end, Tyson Hines and Roland McEwen will be the Gulls defenseman. Across the ice, we're going to see Ty Young tonight. Still looking for his first win on the year. 0-5. 4.62 goals against average and an .851 save percentage for the 20-year-old goaltender from Calgary, Alberta. We're going to step away for a break. They'll hit the anthems. We're back with game action. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
Sign up for Gulls Elite for the 2025-26 season and get a free welcome gift. Guaranteed tickets to every Gulls game with this a la carte membership starting at under $19 per game. Enjoy perks like parking passes, a dedicated sales rep, and access to exclusive events and experiences. Be part of the action all season long and never miss a moment of Gulls hockey. Learn more and join today at sandiegogulls.com/Gulls Elite. Grab your crew and make it a night to remember with Gulls group tickets. Groups of 10 or more can score tickets starting at just $20. Plus, enjoy perks like scoreboard recognition, Gulls hats and scarves, priority seating for premium games, and more. Plan your next outing at San Diego Gulls.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Pechanga Arena, where tonight the American Hockey League presents the San Diego Gulls hosting the defending Calder Cup champion, Abbotsford Canucks. Logan, everybody, my name's Aaron Cooney. Welcome into the broadcast. Gulls and Canucks for the first time on the season, as San Diego welcomes in the reigning champion of the league, the first team in the Pacific Division to ever win the Calder Cup in the 10 years of existence of this Pacific Division now as you celebrate that anniversary. When we take a look at tonight's matchup, the Gulls, I think this is a statement. They're going right back to Ville Husso. Picked up the victory last night, 5-4-1 on the year, a 2.44 goals against average and a .915 save percentage for the 30-year-old goaltender. Across the ice, Ty Young. He's looking for his first win this season, a 4.62 goals against average and an .851 save percentage for the 20-year-old goaltender for the Abbotsford Canucks. It's quite a bit of a different look for this group. We'll chat about that in a moment, but I want to get BJ's thoughts first. So welcome in BJ McPherson onto the broadcast. BJ, look at this, what the Gulls throw out there here tonight. I know they've been finding that lineup. We chatted a little bit about playing Husso, I think sends a message. And I think just the way they've got this lineup dialed in with Ryan Carpenter now your third-line center, I think this is a good mix of what Gulls have put together.
I think it might be the toughest lineup of the year for the Gulls that they've put together for a 20-man roster. And having Ville Husso come in back-to-back nights, it's a statement like Aaron said. This is, hey, Ville Husso's here. We're not going to put him on the bench. We want to win back-to-back games here. Having Abbotsford come in here, the defending champions, is great too. American Hockey League has changed. You don't keep the 20 guys from last year. Much different team from their, Cup championship team. So that's last year. This year, the Gulls are the team. Abbotsford's got to come in here to play the Gulls tonight. The Gulls, after last night's game, they're going to roll the lines. I look to see the Gulls tonight taking this as a statement game themselves and really putting one on this Abbotsford's team.
And that's the one I look at. I mean, this, as you mentioned, this Abbotsford club comes in with a record of 3-9-0-2. They're dead last in the Pacific Division. San Diego still trying to climb their way up on a 4-game point streak. Points in 6 of their last 7. But I was just not, after all the energy and everything had, I think last night's game, you cannot have that letdown tonight.
Gulls got to be the team that rolls with it, and they're not going to be chasing this Abbotsford team.
And San Diego controls the opening face-off. They'll rip it on the left side with Tyson Hines. Good to see him back in the lineup after he took that high stick at the end of the game to help the Gulls tie things up. The double minor with 4 minutes left. And they left the game. Looks to be all right. And, he took a lot of blood on the ice that one, so he's all good to go. Not even a bubble here tonight. He's a hockey player through and through. And sent back to the Gulls zone on the left wing side. The Canucks keep it in, pinching down the left wing, and out on the tape of Klimovich. Puts it into the circles. The Gulls will intercept. They'll move it ahead to Cal Burke, who's back in the lineup tonight for the Gulls. Takes a hit from Klimovich and got the puck in deep as the Gulls make a change. Back at the bench boards. Chipped by Tristan Luneau. Right wing side, Tim Washi will walk this one in. Drops this off at the right wing circle as the Gulls try to feed it across. It ends up behind the net for Tim Washi with goals in 3 straight games. Washi hands off to Sam Colangelo. Into the slot for a one-timer. Solberg puts that one off his stick. It skies into the air, and it's found by Phillips, poked around, still in front. Colangelo trying to stuff it in. Phillips is there too, and it's found by Young to get the whistle.
That rebound goes about 20 feet high. Not one player, not even myself, I could see that puck. But when it lands, Sam Colangelo's right in front. He gets that first rebound. Gulls forwards are there to get that second one. Phillips there trying to shovel one in the net. The Gulls coming out still early, 1:07, but they've already gotten 3 shots in that first shift.
If you're wondering what color jerseys the Gulls are wearing, these are their Military Appreciation Night jerseys for their annual Military Appreciation Night game. They'll be auctioned off online. We'll get you the QR code and the details here momentarily, but all the proceeds are going to benefit the Armed Services YMCA from everything the Gulls Foundation is doing here tonight.
The camo look, pretty cool look, especially with Abbotsford being all green, pretty easy to read.
Gotta like that. Helps out. That's always the one when you never know what you're going to get in some of these jerseys, the specialty games. Other side, here's the counterattack from the left side. The shot on goal. Ville Husso has his first work. A couple saves. There's the pushing and shoving. Everybody get into it early on in front of the goaltenders.
Solberg coming in with a little bit of a cross check. It's hard to believe Solberg, how young he is as a hockey player.
19 years old. He'll turn 20 next month. Right down to the wire there in the year. And this is a guy that in the last 2 years, he's been playing for Norway at the World Championships, and he's been one of the top players in each of those last 2 tournaments. Top 3 player for Norway as a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old. Also led the entire tournament defensive corps in goal scoring this past year with 4. Put up a hat trick against the United States in their game. Return to action here as the Gulls try to work it in, barge in down the left wing side, and they end up offside, working across the blue line for another whistle.
Sidorov sitting on the blue line waiting for that puck to come across. Gulls got the so-called 4th line out there right now. Gauthier centering them again. I think it's his 5th or 6th game back since his injury. Nice to see him back in the lineup. Just gives the depth for this team.
It's a good problem to have in terms of depth that they have. I can only imagine what Matt Macklin has to do to put up a lineup.
Cal Burke coming in the lineup. That's why I talk about this being the strongest lineup.
Gulls win the draw to Nick Brouillard. They'll snap it in right side. Noah Warren. Drop it into the near side corner with the Gulls chase after it. Gauthier with a little shove, frees the puck up. They'll hold it in left point. Brouillard on for Sidorov. Deeks fires. It's blocked. Now lifted off the glass and out ahead. Jujhar Khaira. He'll walk it into the zone right side. Sends it across for an open man, but they were ahead of the play. That last stick handle move puts Abbotsford offside.
Aaron's right. That last little move, or Abbotsford's got a 3-on-2 that they just worked to a T because the pass is coming across the top of the circles, and the linesman blew the whistle dead.
Joseph Labate just a stride offside as he returns to the Vancouver organization where he spent his entire entry-level contract after being drafted in the 4th round back in 2011. The last 7 years bounced around a little bit in the AHL. Spent a year in the KHL 2 years ago. Now back, it seems like back with home for his 11th pro season. On the near side, the Gulls chase after the puck into the corner. 2-on-2 battle along the near side. And back to the corner here, a shove from Mishak, poked loose. Pastujov will find it. He just got to lift it out to center ice, and the Canucks will go track this down back at their own end. Snapped ahead by Knizov into the Gulls' end. Roland McEwen will track this one down. And snap it left wing side, the touch in by Pastujov. Young slows it there. Slides it to the far corner. The Gulls intercept. Here's San Diego sending it behind the net. They'll go to the left point. Hines has to hold in. They leave it for Jan Mishak, far corner. Angle to the right point. McEwen to the goal. Oh, getting a stick on it. It sounded like Pastujov, but the shot goes wide. Gulls continue to cycle on the far boards. But this will be poked aside by Waters to center ice. The Gulls regroup and back in right side. Mishak takes a peek around. He's the only one in the zone. They're changing. Here come the fresh bodies, but it's stripped off of the tape of San Diego's Cal Burke and then dumped in from center ice by the Canucks. Solberg will move it as he marches left wing side. Feeds this one ahead. That's going to be picked off by Lekkerimaki as he's in his first action for the Abbotsford Canucks this season as he shoots this one, walking across the stripe, and a shoulder save by Ville Husso. Over on the far boards, this one rolls away and it's out to neutral ice. And the Canucks again regain possession. That's Lekkerimaki. He comes back in. He was loaned just a couple days ago as a penalty is coming up against the Gulls. A tripping call to Niko Majatovic as he knocks down Ulrichsen in the neutral zone. San Diego will be shorthanded for the first time in this hockey game. 16:27 to go in the first.
It's not what you want to do against this Abbotsford team. Majatovic, you can see him there. He's leaning, reaching in the neutral zone there. You want to keep your feet moving. This Abbotsford team, this is their specialty. Power play, it's where it's been for them this year. One of the best in the American League, at 4th right now, 26%. So the best way to keep them off the board is not give them too many power plays, and that's an easy one.
And this is where they make their money in terms of just offense overall. 45.8% of their total offensive output has come on the power play this season. 11 of the 24 goals that they've scored this year.
See what kind of penalty kill the Gulls come up with if they're going to be aggressive here at the start.
Gulls kill 11th in the league at 82.5%, 1 for 2 last night against Bakersfield. And here's Lekkerimaki holding on the left wing side. They'll go up top with this one, right back to Lekkerimaki. Brings it to me and then dishes it off one more time to Minio. Minio holds now the defenseman. Right side circle, Amon in the lineup once more here. Holds again as he returns it from Minio. They'll find Lekkerimaki, left wing side. Back to Minio, doesn't shoot, holds. Now he feeds it in front for a redirect. They try to stuff it in. Right leg of Husso denies him in front, and San Diego clears.
Puck movement by this Abbotsford team. Tape to tape passes.
And a sneaky little play to get it to the front of the net with a couple deflections.
Yeah, not even really a shot, but a pass to get it in front.
Power play continues for Abbotsford. Scoreless hockey game just getting started here from Pechanga Arena. San Diego unable to clear. A good stick by the Gulls to poke it out to neutral ice. That was Cal Burke this time. And the Canucks are back in their own end to bring ahead. Sawyer Minio cruises in through neutral ice. Feeds it right wing side. LeBate will set up shop now. Drop pass. And they're going to find Lekkerimaki atop the zone. Shoots one. Save made. A rebound. They shovel it to the net. And it's Husso again turning it aside as the Gulls chip it ahead. Here's a chance for Bailey. On a break. All alone. Bailey goes to the forehand. He scores! Oh, he's hot like sauce right now. Justin Bailey opens the scoring. Short-handed goal. It's 1-0 San Diego.
Bailey still feeling it from last night. He comes in, it's one quick fake with a shot, drops that right shoulder. The young netminder bites the whole way. Bailey's waiting to do his dance. He gets in that corner, he's got the crowd going. Great play by Bailey.
Oh, and he is feeling it.
He felt it from the top of the
Oh,
circles.
boy.
He knew right away to get that puck, just a chip right there at the blue line. He was off to the races.
His 6th of the season. And the Gulls lead 1-0 on that individual work. Great play from Justin Bailey. Gulls lead 1-0. A short-handed goal. Still with the power play, though, for another 20 seconds. They try to feed this one across. They were looking for Berard, who leads the team in points this season so far with 8 of them. Couldn't get the one-timer across and all set up. Berard has it one more time. Over the left wing circle, trying to walk it in. An attempt here, bouncing puck. It's loose in the crease. The whistle sounds early, and the Gulls get a whistle. The stoppage for Ville Husso.
Abbotsford going right to the net. All 3 forwards in there as well. And I talk about shoveling that puck. That's how close they were. Ville Husso, though, giving up no ground.
Bailey has scored the game-winning goal in each of the San Diego's last 3 victories. And opens the scoring here tonight for the Gulls. Their 7th first goal of the season. They're 4-2 when they score first.
I like to joke about it, but he is one of the most exciting guys in the American Hockey League. When he gets that big frame going, he gets his arms pumping, he gets that speed going through the neutral zone. It's exciting.
Canucks control after the draw, but San Diego can poke it ahead to center ice. Majanovic got fresh out of the box, but Jimmy Schultz can slow that down. Schultz has it now from the near side. He was the captain of the San Jose Barracuda last year, signing as a free agent with the Abbotsford Canucks in the offseason. And now near side, Jujarkera works this one in. He'll roll it off of his stick into the near corner for San Diego to play around the wall. And here's Phillips. Look to poke that one to center ice. Found by Sam Colangelo. And in front, almost have Brouillard. The Gulls will keep it down the left wing side. Brouillard run off the puck. Gets back into the fray. And centered looking to find Colangelo. That's picked off. And then sent towards the Gulls line by Coons. The Gulls will find it. With 13:40 to play in the first period, here's Sam Colangelo. Game-tying goal last night with 0.4 seconds left in regulation to force overtime with his first of the year after he was sent to San Diego this past Thursday from the Anaheim Ducks. Swept towards the cage, and there's Ty Young. He's going to hold on with 13:26 left in the first. Justin Bailey opening things up shorthanded. It's 1-0 San Diego. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
San Diego Gulls fans, the wait is over. The season is here, and it's time to show your colors with the freshest Gulls gear ever. Celebrate 10 incredible years of Gulls hockey with our exclusive anniversary collection featuring limited edition styles you won't want to miss. Plus, check out brand new t-shirts, hats, and must-have novelty items to rep your team all year long. Gear up today and fly high with your Gulls. Available now at SanDiegoGullsShop.com. The Gulls mobile app is available today. Manage your digital tickets, listen to live games, and more in a next-level experience. Download the Gulls mobile app today. Available for iOS and Android devices.
The wait is over. Celebrate 10 years of Gulls hockey with the brand new 10-year anniversary merchandise, now available online. From fresh designs to exclusive anniversary pieces, this collection is a perfect 10. Stay tuned for additional pieces throughout the season and be sure to shop the full collection of Gulls merchandise at SanDiegoGullsShop.com.
Well, Abbotsford's power play, the Gulls are the ones that take advantage of it, but the thing to do with this Abbotsford team, don't let them have power plays tonight. Keep them off the board is the best thing for the Gulls on their penalty kill.
You got to do that, and it's a defending Calder Cup champion Abbotsford Canucks group. And PJ touched on it a little bit. There's so much turnover in the American Hockey League.
Yep.
You go back to the clinching game of that series in the Calder Cup final in Charlotte, game number 6. Only 7 returners in the lineup and on the roster tonight for Abbotsford.
Higher percentage up with the Canucks right now. They've really rewarded their team winning the American League Championship. You make the NHL.
And they are also damaged with a lot of injuries. 8 on IR for the Vancouver Canucks. So you're getting a lot of call-ups that they got to deal with as well, and you're seeing it kind of trickle-down effect here. They've had to sign a handful of PTOs. We'll talk about that a little bit later when I get a chance. Just to field a roster. Shot from the point from the right wing side. There's McEwen letting one go, and Ty Young makes the save. He's one of the 6 goaltenders that Abbotsford has had to use this season because of all the injuries. Thatcher Demko just got hurt. Yuri Patera's up right now. Tolapilo's out, who would be probably the number 1 down here, but they are Canucks organization is trying to get some steady goaltending and keeping the guys healthy.
And it's noticeable, and what I mean by that is a puck gets dumped in and the young netminder goes back there, and you want to hear the communication. With Ville Husso, he plays that puck. He's so patient with it because you can hear the communication. The first time it got sent back behind the net, he threw it blindly, and his defense partner, they're young. They've got to get with each other a little bit more.
They're finding their way. Sent into the Gulls end, clear here by the Canucks. Bounced around at the Gulls circles and pushed off the side of the cage, but the Canucks have it. Centering pass thrown in front just off the tape of Durando, and Gulls will force it to center ice, and from the right wing side able to get in onside with Cal Burke back in the lineup here tonight. Did not dress last night. It was a healthy scratch. Travis Howe a healthy scratch here tonight for San Diego, and that allows Burke back in the lineup as San Diego sweeps it around their boards to the far side. Burke kicks that one loose, and here's Ryan Carpenter. He'll stuff it in on the right wing side and tracks the puck down, sweeps it around the boards to the left point. Stian Solberg there. Plays this one along for Majetovic. He'll cut across the zone, drop it off to Luno. His shot with traffic in front. I don't think it made it on net. And it comes out to the point once more. The Gulls reload. Luno, another one. That one bounces, off of Young, and a funky bounce. The rebound kicked out and played to the line and poked out to the Gulls line. Reset with Solberg. He sees the Gulls changing. He'll dump the puck in, cross corner. Sidorov will chase. Put a shoulder into Berard, fed around the boards and lifted out by Abbotsford. And Luno will track it down back at his own end. Out here with Brouillard right now. We'll get the defense change in a moment. As Luno looks ahead. Hands off to Brouillard. He'll slap it in from the left wing side as Luno changes for Warren. Kudryavtsev plays it along the near side boards. That's cut off by Ty Mueller. It's a shoulder from Nathan Goshen. It's fed ahead and a burst of speed down the left wing side to Gulls ice, and a great stick from Igor Sidorov on the back check to strip a man of the puck and hand off to Brouillard. Here's Gaucher trying to fire that one in for Sidorov. Couldn't connect, and then Warren puts this off a stick into the crowd. And we'll get a whistle with 11:17 to go in the first. Gulls lead 1-0.
Abbotsford getting lucky with that stick, and what I mean by that is the Gulls trying to saucer flip pass through the neutral zone, which with speed they were breaking away. But the defenseman is able to get a stick on it and break up the play.
Neutral zone draw coming up. Last season, the 2 clubs split the season series, 4 wins apiece. That was the most success San Diego has had against the Abbotsford Canucks since they came into the league. If you went to the beginning of last season, the Gulls had 4 wins in the first couple of seasons in the history of the Abbotsford Canucks. They doubled that up in 1 year. They've really struggled against this organization since they joined the American Hockey League. As the Gulls defensively now moving it up the near side to continue that success that they found last year against this group. They'll dump it in. San Diego back to it. Here's Phillips into the slot. Ripping it off the pipe is Colangelo. Big Ben strikes 1 here in the first. Gulls back to it, though. It's Washi dancing around the left wing half wall. Got it towards the Gulls point. The trigger man was Brouillard. Got it on net, but That's turned aside, and the Canucks carry to center ice and into the Gulls' end. Amon, left wing side, nice move. Like Ramaki gets the shot away. Sneaky one, another rebound try, and the Gulls will push this one for a stoppage by Husso.
Abbotsford get a little offense. They had it in their zone. It starts with Sam Colangelo getting a pass from Phillips from behind the net. Phillips picks up that puck. He's one of the players, he can move his feet with his head up and still have that puck on his stick. He makes a nice pass. Sam Colangelo, quick one. It wasn't a one-timer, but when he picked that pass, he put it right off the post.
Matthew Phillips held off the score sheet last night. He hasn't gone back-to-back games without a point all season long. So see if he can get on the board and continue that streak here and avoid going consecutive games pointless. On a line now this evening with Tim Washi and Sam Colangelo as the Gulls move it ahead to center ice. It'll trickle into the zone, but it's all Canucks. Fired across their own end. This will be collected by Schultz as he snaps it to center ice. They'll redirect it into the Gulls' end where it's trapped. Arnson's got some size on him at 6'3", throwing some rights and a couple of lefts. Trying to get that right arm free. Mishak holding on right now. Arnson comes over the top. Mishak delivers a right that dislodges the helmet of Arnson. And now Arnson with a couple uppercuts, throwing rights. Mishak tumbles down to the ice and he'll bring Arnson down with him. I didn't see what happened to spark everything back in the neutral zone. The Gulls had the puck in their end, but Jan Mishak standing up for himself. And with 9:52 to go in the first, we'll take a break. Gulls lead 1-0 thanks to Justin Bailey. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
Mini plans for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Choose the plan that best fits your style. Catch all the Friday night concert series with the Rock the Rink 6-game pack. Snag all giveaway nights with the 6-game swag pack. Or go bigger with our 8 or 12-game plans. Save on tickets and lock in your favorite matchups and theme nights today. Grab yours now by visiting SanDiegoGulls.com/mini plans. Fridays are for Gulls hockey and $5 Light the Lamp lagers from Mason Ale Works. Skate over to Pechanga Arena for hard-hitting action, ice-cold brews, and non-stop fun. Grab your tickets now at SanDiegoGulls.com/tickets.
Check out tonight's San Diego Gulls Foundation auction featuring select autographed Gulls military jerseys and more. Proceeds from this evening's auction will support the Armed Services YMCA. Bidding closes at 8 p.m. You can bid by visiting SanDiegoGulls.com or by scanning the QR code on your screens right now. Or head to SanDiegoGulls.com/auction. Good luck.
Jan Mishak stepping up to the plate. Let me tell you something about a hockey team. The 19 players that are teammates of Jan Mishak, I guarantee you, are going to come up to him before tonight's game's over and give him a tap on the head. He stood up for the team's crest, and that's who he fought for.
We were talking off air. Gave up 4 inches and about 30 pounds to
and
Joe
he stood
Arnson.
right in there. He didn't back off whatsoever.
Puck to center ice here is Ryan Carpenter trying to poke it into the zone with one hand on the stick. It's back to the Gulls line now, swept through the neutral zone to the bench boards, and we brought in by the Canucks left wing. Gulls got a stick on this to send it behind the cage. That was with the reach of Tyson Hines. Finds it back on his blade once more. He's going to hold the Canucks back off. It's a Canucks group that was idle last night. Could enjoy the fireworks here at Pechanga Arena with San Diego taking on the Bakersfield Condors, and they're kicking off a 6-game road trip through the Southwest United States. As the Gulls snap it ahead right wing side. It's Caulfield's got some room, gets through some, fires and scores! Judd Caulfield with the slick move to the front, and the Gulls lead 2-0.
Well, Noah Warren starts off behind the net. It's like they drew this one up. He waits for everybody to get set. He comes from behind the net. He throws a 150-yard pass down to the far blue line. And big Judd Codfield picks it up like he normally does and has two players he's carrying him as he goes to that net. And he buries it.
Judd Caulfield with his 5th of the season. I couldn't see the number that was all over him. He just ran through.
He was carrying them. They're right on his back, and he takes them right to the net. Starts with Noah Warren, though, behind the net, making that pass all the way to the far blue line.
2-0 San Diego. Loose puck here near the Gulls line. It's forced in by LeBate. Poked right back out. Now again into the Gulls' end. They'll find Luno on a D-to-D pass, and San Diego sends it down the ice. This is going to be an icing call against the Gulls.
Little errant pass there before center ice. Gauthier just misses it. Abbotsford's making a full line change, trying to make the quick change here, get to the face-off. Have the Gulls been out there a little bit long?
Looking for a deal that delivers? The 4-slice party pack is the way to dough for just $130. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot slices of pizza, 4 sodas, and a parking pass for select weekend games this season. Don't let this offer get cold. Serve up a night that's piping hot with Gulls hockey by visiting sandiegogulls.com/4pack. And the Gulls stretching things out one more time. They're going to beat out this icing call. The hustle play from Nathan Gauthier after the errant pass will keep on playing. Canucks move it ahead to center ice. From the red stripe, they'll feed it into the Gulls' end. Gulls collide onto a forechecker to the near side corner. Poke that puck away for a second from Ulrichsen. Still stays along the near wall. Near the hash marks, the Gulls kind of poke this one right to their own line, and then the rolling puck, Solberg just sends it out to neutral ice, and the Gulls will regroup and change. Lekkerimäki going to come right back in, right side. Elects to shoot. Stick save made, Husso. And the Gulls poke it over on the far side. Can they clear? It gets out to the neutral zone as the Canucks want to stuff it right back in. Come on. Can't do it here. They stand him up. Now it's bounced in. Trying to walk into the far side circle. Coons is turned around by Noah Warren. And now Washi crashes in. It's swept around the boards. Colangelo will find it. And a nice crisp pass onto the tape of Phillips. He gets center ed and dumps it in. To the near side corner, Washi. And then Colangelo and Phillips come crashing in. Poked loose in the near side circle. And that's Mueller stripped of the puck. There it's poked from the corner up the near wall. Colangelo still after this one. He's got a lot of jump here tonight. Fire back in to the Gulls' end from center ice as the Canucks change. Gulls are starting one of their own. Brouillard will carry to center and then blast it in from the left side. Under 7 to go here in the first period. 2-0 San Diego. A shorthanded goal from Justin Bailey, and then Judd Caulfield with his 5th of the season. Jammed in on the right wing side by the Canucks. Rolls around the kick plate. Found behind the net by Sasha Pastujov, where the Gulls move it to Bailey. He'll saucer this ahead to center ice, and it's Tyson Hines moving it into the zone. He'll take his position at the left point. Swept behind the net, Schultz moves it near boards. Pinching in is Hines. And the Canucks move it ahead, and then it's Bailey running over Kara. But here come the Canucks, able to get into the zone. LeBate fires, kicked out by Husso. Behind the Gulls net, this one is held in. Gauthier digging away. Far side wall. It's Bailey running into another man until this one's picked up from the left corner, fired across the zone, and Jimmy Schultz will carry down to the right corner for Abbotsford. They'll find the captain Waters onto the far side corner, plays it to the point, but bounces around off the body of Waters back to center ice. Regroup for the Canucks and the Gulls. They're going to run Waters off the puck and then lift this one off the window out to center ice. Chopped in by Ryan Carpenter. He'll flag it down behind the net. Continues that on the cycle for Niko Mijatovic. Forced into the corner. And there's Cal Burke trying to get this one loose. Carpenter's going to find it. Solberg holds in from the left side. Spins from traffic, takes a peek, just puts it down low. Gulls for Luno, feeds it to the net. Save made. And holding on is Young with the whistle at 5:24 in the first. 2-0 San Diego. Back after this, you're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
San Diego Gulls fans, the wait is over. The season is here, and it's time to show your colors with the freshest Gulls gear ever. Celebrate 10 incredible years of Gulls hockey with our exclusive anniversary collection featuring limited edition styles you won't want to miss. Plus, check out brand new t-shirts, hats, and must-have novelty items to rep your team all year long. Gear up today and fly high with your Gulls. Available now at SanDiegoGullsShop.com. The Gulls mobile app is available today. Manage your digital tickets, listen to live games, and more in a next-level experience. Download the Gulls mobile app today. Available for iOS and Android devices.
Make your season merry and bright with a San Diego Gulls holiday pack. Each pack includes a Gulls-themed Violent Gentleman holiday sweater and 4 flex ticket vouchers, good for any home game this season. Use them all together or spread the cheer across multiple games. Order by December 24th to unwrap a pair of bonus tickets to Aloha Night on March 7th. Holiday packs start at just $135. Slay the season. Get yours today by visiting sandiegogulls.com/holidaypack.
Well, the Gulls are up 2-0. Shots on goal. Abbotsford 9, the Gulls 7. It's one of the big keys for the Gulls. Ville Husso and his save percentage. And it shows from the young netminder from Abbotsford to Ville Husso. And that's a big reason the Gulls are up 2-0.
First time with back-to-back starts for Ville Husso on consecutive days as a San Diego Gull. As this one's lifted back to the Gulls' end, knocked down by San Diego. And then they put it off a stick. It'll sky back into the air, chased down by the Gulls, but is played with the hand of Solberg first. So the whistle sounds. Neutral zone draw coming up.
Yeah, Solberg hit it with his hand in the neutral zone. It doesn't matter if they touched it in the neutral zone or in the offensive zone. It was going to be blown dead. You can only pass it with your hand in your own zone.
We'll drop this one right in the dot in front of BJ and I at the penalty boxes. 5:10 to play, 2-0 San Diego. 2 unassisted goals. Nobody got one helper on the Judd Caulfield tally. And it was an individual play from Justin Bailey for the opening goal on the shorthanded play. Shot wide from Solberg. Gulls will keep in. Feed it back to the near side corner. Solberg pinches in left wing. He'll button hook, bring it back up top to his point position. Hand off for Colangelo. He was forced to send the hot puck back down low, where the Gulls now force it down the right wing side. Luno kept it in for a second, and the rolling puck is found by Amand to dish into the Gulls zone. Slow down the left wing side. Durando will chase this down, but he's tied up by San Diego's Luno, and the Gulls come away with the puck. They'll fly into the zone, hand off right wing side. Phillips back for Colangelo. Throws it in front for Washi, and that puck was deflected aside, defended by the Canucks before Washi could send it home. Abbotsford will bounce it back out to neutral ice. Poked by Brouillard. Comes right back onto his forehand. And they'll move it to Colangelo. He'll softly put it in. Washi looking to chase. But San Diego's changing right now as it's rolled back to the Gulls zone. 4:05 to go. Noah Warren just forces it to center ice. Knocked down by Washi. Colangelo feeds it into the zone and heads onto the bench for a change. Aramaki dumps this one in as it deflected off of his stick. Slowed by Husso. Bounced up the boards and ahead to neutral ice once more by the Gulls. This will be poked in once more by Ulrichsen. Gulls take over. A change beginning for the Canucks, and San Diego moves in right side. Look at this pass in front. They score! It's Caulfield with a pair, and the Gulls lead 3-0.
Again, it's Judd Caulfield, but it's a quick pass. The Gulls doing a great job in the neutral zone with the regroup, not holding the puck too long. Abbotsford takes too long, making a line change. They get caught a little bit, and the Gulls with the quick 3-on-2 get over there. And Judd Caulfield again, the big body, power forward, picks it up, and he's able to barrel behind the defenseman on the play.
2-goal game for Judd Caulfield. Gaucher had that first pass. As you mentioned, BJ.
Nathan Gauthier with that pass there over the blue line, though. I couldn't tell who it was. It was Nathan Gauthier. He picks it up from the defenseman in the neutral zone, and as he gets over the blue line, his head up the whole way, puts a beautiful pass on Caulfield's stick.
And the Canucks searching for answers right now. Down 3-0 in the first period. Left wing circle, they'll snap one towards the net, and the Gulls got a stick on that to deflect it wide. And a ricochet out to center ice. And all the way down it goes on a poke from Justin Bailey. He gives the business to Knizov. As the Canucks can slow it down now. Go for a little skate with Kara. In behind his net now. Look to reverse it, swing it for the defense and Kudryavtsev. And now a penalty coming up. This is behind the play. They'll get the goaltender off Young. Extra man on. And a second power play chance coming up for the Canucks. Snap it ahead to the Gulls line. A stick handle there right at the center point area and drop it to the near side corner. Pick it up, far boards with Klimovich. Waits, holds that left circle, feeds it out to the point, and then skips off a stick of Kudryavtsev, and it's on to center ice. They'll regroup. And as soon as the Gulls touch up, Husso will do the honors. There's the whistle, and San Diego is shorthanded next.
Let's see who it is. Looks like it's going to be a hooking call. It's going to Pastujov.
Sasha Pastujov will come over, and the Gulls are shorthanded for the second time tonight. That's Pastujov. You know, just to look at his numbers, just 2 goals this year. Leads the club in shots on goal. 4.7 is shooting percentage.
I'd never have said that if you asked me who's leading the team in shots on goal. I'd say somebody like Tristan Luneau.
Yeah. Him or
a little surprising.
Sidorov, or it's Pastujov.
Pastujov, he's still going to get hot. Watch for him to get hot go on a 10-game run here.
2 assists last night. It certainly set the play up. He's the one that put the puck right into the wheelhouse for Sam Colangelo on that face-off play to help the Gulls tie the game up at the end of regulation, and eventually Bailey wins it in overtime, 4-3 against Bakersfield. But here comes the power play of the Canucks. Second attempt tonight. They'll steer it in from the right wing side off the tape of Mueller. Gulls will find it, rip it around the boards with Warren off a stick, and it rolls to center ice. 90 seconds left on the power play for the Canucks.
No, Warren fires that down, but that was all done by communication by Ville Husso. He's directing traffic in the net.
Canucks weave through center ice, and they'll bring it in left side, stuff it back down low, or it's rimmed to the right point for Mueller. Feed it to the corner again. Left wing side, looking for Mackey. Shovels it behind the cage. LeBate couldn't take it. From the right point, though, it's Mueller. Gulls try to pounce on it. And the long reach found by Hines, and he finds a seam. He'll skip it down the ice on the clear.
Not much fire rate now to this Abbotsford power play. The first one showed a little bit more zip. The Gulls are the team right now with that zip.
Bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team home and away in terms of power play. Home ice, second in the league at 42%. On the road, 13%. They're 26th in the league. Averages out, 4th in the league. They have it at the right point. Kudryavtsev feeds it across the line. Back to the right wing circle. Open man, wrist shot blocked as Berard couldn't get it on net. Goes to the line, can't clear. Shovel back down though. Under half a minute left on the power play, and it batted out of midair. It's going to set up Gaucher for a try as he moves in shorthanded. Kudryavtsev gets back and deflects the puck into the netting, but a penalty behind the play against the Canucks. That'll end the power play.
Yeah, going to be a high sticking call. Solberg behind the play. He was getting into it with an Abbotsford player, and what happened was the retaliation, and the referee caught the retaliation.
Now Solberg, that's that kind of sandpaper that he brings to his game. And you mentioned he plays he plays older than he is at 19. He kind of loves that stuff, that gritty stuff.
Yeah, he likes the physicality. He likes to be hit. He's, like I talked about, he's a defenseman. You go throw a hit on him, it's not going to be an easy one. He likes to throw the hit back to you. And that's what happened on the play as he threw the hit back. Abbotsford player, didn't like it. Took a little bit more to it. Now the Gulls are evened up for 17 seconds.
So we chase Waters into the box. The high sticking call. The Gulls have their first power play of the hockey game in about 15 seconds now. Here's Phillips, open at the right wing circle. Beats it down low, trying to bounce it back in front for Phillips. Carpenter couldn't dish it to him. Settles in the far board. Still 4-on-4 for a couple more seconds. Gulls with the handle. And the near side, here's Luneau. Goes for the shot. The stick just blows up in two. He looks to go get a new one. Skating ahead comes Abbotsford out of the box, thankfully, is Pastujov. If you're a San Diego fan, as he strips a man of the puck, and the Gulls find the loose biscuit behind their net. And we'll go by the game clock. It's under 20 seconds now. The Gulls streak into the zone. Now slow it down right wing side. Phillips has run off the puck. Or it's fouled by Schultz. He'll rim it around. And, did that go out of play? It appears it had. And a delay of game call?
I think the linesman came over and said it deflected off the glass. So they got a little luck.
Harrison Iyer was right here in front of us, and he gave the signal. that it was out of play, but he was on the far side of the play in front of us by the penalty boxes, and the other officials had the better view.
Still 11.2 to go here. Gulls on the power play, so this big face-off. Tim Washy.
They know they can do it on face-offs. Washy's one of their best. And there's Colangelo with the gun cocked. Washy ties it up, but it's kicked loose by the Canucks, and they will clear. And that will bring the first period to an end as Husso holds behind the net, and the Gulls will take a 3-0 lead into the intermission. San Diego entered with just 9 first period goals and struggled scoring in the opening frame. But 2 for Judd Caulfield, a shorthanded tally for Justin Bailey, and the Gulls take a 3-0 lead on the defending Calder Cup champs. We'll step aside for a break. Marco back in the studio. We'll have the intermission report for you next. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
You're watching the best of Gulls All Access.
Welcome back to Gulls All Access. Today, we're joined by head coach Matt McIlvaine. Matt, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thanks, Coach. It's good to be here.
It's your second year. You wrap things up and now heading into a third year as head coach of the San Diego Gulls. Matt, how have you grown as a coach when you enter into this point now, third year as an AHL head coach?
So much. You know, when I look back at growth, I'd been in one environment for so long, you know, being with Red Bull for 10 years and then jumping from Europe, coming into the American League and learning everything that the American League has to offer. Just like anything, when you start fresh, there's a learning curve. And I certainly felt that. The American League is very unique by nature, just from the prospects and, you know, the development plans and getting players to accomplish their individual goals while you're trying to move a team along. Certainly felt some lumps, and I'm carrying scars from these first couple of years as far as, you know, success from the standpoint of wins and losses. But from my perspective, all those are really opportunities to just keep learning and getting better and be the best coach possible for this team.
Did you find last year, second year, maybe a little easier than the first year, more settled in?
I think every season that you get under your belt, you're a little further ahead. You know more about the group, you know more about the division, you know more about this type of decisions that you have to make on a daily basis. From my side, without a doubt, year 2 was more comfortable than year 1 because you're more established. With that being said, each year sort of brings its own challenges. And we're really proud of the steps that we took as a team last year, but we also know that there's more room to go.
You and I have talked about growth a lot over the last 2 seasons. One of the last chats that we had, you mentioned how those guys from year 1 are now going to be year 3 guys. Your guys that were year 1 guys last year, they're stepping into season number 2. You know, how important is that continuity for development, that you're going to have your leadership group, the established culture, as these guys continue to gain experience and take those next steps?
It's huge. American League's tough. And for our guys, we've been fortunate because Anaheim has so many prospects that we have a giant group of young developing prospects. And so the challenges that's provided is there's so many guys that are learning so much about their individual game and the league and their own identity as far as how they're going to accomplish their individual goals. So there's a lot of people learning at the same time. And now that we're able to stand on a couple years together and our guys that are now second-year players are now into their third year. They're rounding a corner. They know what drives success. They felt it. They have really clear goals for the next step forward. They know what to target. Guys that are coming in now in year 2, they know what the American League is about. They felt it. They've had success. They failed. They've grown through that. And now that we can stack that experience together, I think it's an exponential opportunity for growth that we can keep stepping forward.
And we've seen that youth movement, whether it's a guy just stepped in for his first year like a Tristan Luneau who goes on to an all-star season. Sasha Pastujov really took off in year number 2 under that growth. First full year for a guy like Jan Mysak, the steps that Tyson Hines has taken. Were you impressed or surprised by anything they could go out and accomplish? But how do you kind of look at the steps that some of those guys have taken?
When you look at steps, a lot of the time we're impressed by results. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, look at the kind of season that Sasha had. Oh my gosh, look at the kind of season that Tristan had. And when we're thinking about growth, we're thinking about all the work that the individual had to do to be able to get to that point. If you remember, Tristan started up with Anaheim, comes down with us, and he's trying to find his footing in the American League. There was a lot to learn as far as how do we move the puck on time the first time? When do we jump into rush? How much risk do we take in the game? And how can we play the game and produce offensively while we're staying in control within the structure of the team? And he found it. And he found it consistently, and to the point where, he earns the all-star call. And a guy like Sasha Pastujov, that at the beginning of the season, with the way his training camp was, there wasn't an opportunity for him yet in San Diego. So we got to utilize the full scale of our development process and let him go spend some time gaining confidence and experience in the East Coast League. And then by the time he came back, he has a conversation with me. He's like, Matt, I haven't felt this confident since I was a junior. This is what the transition's all about. This is why we can utilize these different steps of our journey and how he can come back, and now he can go show that confidence on full display at our level. And now we can see exactly what Sasha can do and how we can contribute. So you can go to so many of these guys. I mean, Tyson Hines, in his first year, every time he got the puck, it had to be the perfect play. And then, he's learning about, okay, well, if I'm going to do simple, now I've got to do simple hard. And that he can be a reliable, unbeatable one-on-one defenseman who can just continually move pucks up and embracing that identity, because that's who he's going to be for the Ducks someday. So when we look at it, it's easy to see the result. And you go back and you strip it down, and then there's fun stories with each of these guys about their own personal development plan and what they had to champion to be able to accomplish those results.
You're watching the best of Gulls All Access.
21 of the 29 wins for this group last year came after Christmas. 48 of your 66 points, all after Christmas. Things kind of settle into place. You talked about identity a lot too. Knowing what this team's capable of and seeing that portion, how do you continue that and transition into next season?
The big thing that we learned in the back half of last season is that our formula works. And what we do can produce results for us throughout the season. And for our players, such a huge chunk of guys coming back, they'll be able to stand on that experience and understand what it takes to win. And now the challenge, as it's been for myself and our teams for the first 2 years I've been here, is the starts of the season. So both years, in the back half, we've collected most of our points. And in the beginning, things have been tough. And when you look at that and you try to pinpoint why, as a coach, you're always, okay, do we need to change our approach? Do we need to change the way we're teaching? The reality is that when you have so many players that are playing key roles on your team that are still learning about the league and learning about what professional hockey takes, we've needed those scars at the beginning to stand on for the back half, because now we have something inside of us that doesn't like where we're at and we want to make a change. And then we've been able to make those sustainable changes later in our seasons. And so for us, we collectively, players, coaching staff, we've felt that. And now for us to be able to take that and build on it right out of the beginning of the year and play to our identity for 72 games instead of an identity that gets formed over the course of a season because we don't know what it means yet and we don't know how valuable this will be for us. Those experiences that we gained are extremely valuable. That feeling of success is so valuable for these guys coming into this next season.
You know, your general manager, Rick Patterson, was pretty busy on the phones, it seemed like, this offseason, and adding to this group the way that he's able to with some of the free agents. And I kind of want to get into each of those guys individually, but just start first with one I'm familiar with, and Justin Bailey.
When I think about Justin, the first thing I think about is game breaker. He's got game-breaking speed. When our fans are watching him, your eyes are going to be drawn to number 12 flying around the ice because he's most of the time the fastest guy. He can be extremely physical, like to the point that it's punishing. He told me he played more physical with us than he has in his whole career. So I said, good, let's keep that up, because man, is he hard to play against when he does that.
Matthew Phillips is an elite point producer at this level in the American Hockey League, and Rick Patterson is to bring him in on a 2-year contract. What are you getting out of this guy that we are familiar with and seeing him in Colorado and his years during when he was the Calgary organization? But this seems like your next hired gun that's coming in to produce points.
We're so pumped up to get Matthew Phillips. He's when I spoke with him this summer, the first thing that caught me was how serious he is about hockey. You know, he cares so much. He wants to talk about the game. He wants to talk about details. He wants to have, the space to be able to do what he can do. But at the same time, he also wants to talk about, how can the team grow? And one of the big things that, he wanted to have answered when he came here is like, I just want to make sure that the direction of this club is to win and not just develop. And we're now absolutely this is the way we're going, and the reason you're here is to help us win hockey games.
Nick Briard is kind of a Swiss Army knife. We saw him here in San Diego for a few years. You played against him last season and for game plan against him when he was at Coachella Valley last year. But what are you getting out of Nick Briard when he jumps into this locker room?
What I saw last year was I saw a guy that used to be a total run and gun player learn how to play a solid defensive game and get the transition play off of that. And had he not, probably Coachella isn't in the place where they are, moving into the playoffs, and or he's not as involved in their team, because that's a big part of winning, is being solid on both sides of the puck. And so he's excited to be back to San Diego because he understands what a gift it is to play for this organization and in this city and in front of these fans. But he's here to win.
Right there, the word win. You hear a lot. Rick Patterson goes out and gets these acquisitions. There's already a ton of talent already here. But for you as a coach, and even for the group, when you see those kind of signings, bringing in an elite player in this league like a Matthew Phillips, and Nick Briard comes in, a re-signing of Justin Bailey, what kind of message does that send into these facilities, to this locker room, into this group?
It's time. we've invested a lot of time into growth. We've invested a lot of time into developing champions. This is our mission, our skill set, is to take a group of prospects and teach them the things that it takes on the ice, off the ice, to win consistently. We're all ready to go see what we can do in the playoffs, not just see what we can do in a back half of the season. So it's time to take another step.
Matt, thanks so much for taking the time with us. It's been a pleasure. Looking forward to the season, and good luck.
Thank you so much. Me too.
Let's talk about a great deal at Rockin' Baja Lobster with the 3-goal fiesta. For all home and away games, if the Gulls score 3 goals, fans can redeem for 3 free street tacos with any beverage purchase at RBL Old Town. That offer is valid for 48 hours. Just bring your phone and show the Gulls scored 3 in the net and 3 free street tacos you'll get. That's back-to-back games with 3+ in the net for San Diego. Feeding the people. It's what the Gulls do this season. Aaron Cooney, BJ McPherson on the call for you. Gulls lead 3-0. Justin Bailey with a shorthanded goal, and Judd Caulfield with his first career 2-goal game in the AHL adds up to 3. The Gulls tie their season high for goals in the first period. They set back on November 5th in Henderson. And now working with the power play for another minute. JMG power play on the ice for the first time this evening. Colangelo sends this one across the zone, collected by Washi. He'll drop it off for Matthew Phillips. Phillips, left circle. Luno now at the point. Waits. He'll dish this one off. Colangelo back to Luno. Center point area. Looks right, gives that way. It's Matthew Phillips, the right-hander. Return to Luno. Drifts to me. Surveys. And again feeds Phillips. Working in the corner. Just kind of dances around the offensive zone, Matthew Phillips. Now to Colangelo, left wing circle. Not shooting, they work. Now it's Phillips, down low, Gulls wait, power move, trying to throw it in front as Washi, and the pass denied as they look to set up Mishak on the back door.
Yeah, Washi right at the doorstep there, trying with the quick one, kind of a backdoor play.
Cleared and brought ahead, 10 seconds left, but the JMG power play clock winding down. Sent down the right wing boards. That's Phillips who was sent down to the ice. Power play's over. Waters out of the box, watched by McEwen as the puck stays inside the offensive zone. Then it's drilled down the ice, and this will be stopped by Husso. He wants to move it. And the Gulls headman play. Redirected into the zone. Tyson Hines on the forecheck, the defenseman. Pokes it deep. Ryan Carpenter digs it out. Gives in front. Burke stick handling. Poked aside. And turned away by the Canucks. I think that was Ty Young who got the paddle on that one as it's ripped down the ice. And an icing whistle.
Abbotsford,
Canucks, sorry.
They kill off the penalty, and the way they kill it off, a lot different from the Gulls. They sit back in a tight box. Talk about the Gulls being aggressive penalty killing. Abbotsford sits back in the tightest box. Most of the teams in the American League are very aggressive. Abbotsford gets tighter and tighter, just different systems.
Draws to the left of Ty Young. Gulls win the draw. Here's Mijatovic. Shot, save made, and the rebound's gobbled up by Young. That was Ryan Carpenter flying to the crease looking for some loose change.
I think having Tim Washi on the roster with helping on taking faceoffs has had a lot of the Gulls centermen doing better on faceoff. It gets contagious. The Gulls faceoff this year, I say, got to be a high 55, 58% on every game.
That's Tim Washi, who led his conference in face-off percentage last year in his final year with Western Michigan. On their way to an NCAA title, first ever in Western Michigan Broncos history. Icing call is washed out, and the Gulls lift it to center ice. Cal Burke will chip and chase play. He'll head after it. Majanovic looking for it too. They'll hold it at the left point. Fire to the net. Save made the rebound. Here's Carpenter. Finds some loose change. He'll deposit it into the back of the net for a 4-0 lead.
Well, the captain Carpenter, he puts it in, and it's his type of goal. Shots put on net. He grabs the rebound with his leg, and he slides it up with his skate to his stick, and he puts it in. But if you go back a couple seconds, it's all Cal Burke. It starts early with him in the corner, taking the hit to make the play to get the puck up to the blue line. Carpenter finishes it, but it's everybody on that line. Cal Burke starts it. It's a great goal by the Gulls full line.
And Ryan Carpenter's been looking for that one. He had a couple great chances last night. Had gone 10 games without a goal. He scored in the first 2 games of the season for the Gulls, and he's picked up assists throughout there, but man, he's been looking for him as the Gulls will send this down the ice for an icing call.
He scored that goal too amongst 2 Abbotsford players. So that rebound is in front of that net, and he wins the battle.
Third of the season for Ryan Carpenter. He's got 8 points on the year now and a 4-game point streak.
And I just love the way it starts with Cal Burke. You know, the Gulls get it in the corner. He does the little thing to get that puck to the blue line. Shot on net. Ryan Carpenter finishes it, but Cal Burke starts it.
Hines will pick up an assist. 2-point night for Tyson Hines. The left wing side, Kuhns trying to guide this one towards the front, defended by Brouillard. Off the side of the cage, Brouillard will flag it down, posts it ahead left wing side, and skating with speed. It's Igor Sidorov into the zone. He's gonna let one rip, and it's blocked and sent out of play by the Canucks. And here's a collision down low. Gaucher mixed up with one of the Canucks. They went running into the end boards, and Gaucher didn't like it. He came up hot.
Yeah, that was late. That shot had been taken. A couple seconds go by, and Gaucher and another player there go into the corner. Gaucher doesn't have his helmet on.
I didn't see the number. I was watching over to the side where the puck was at. Sidorov took the shot over on that far, and then I heard the collision, and that's where I started to take a look. I don't think we're going to have any penalties from this. They'll just let the boys be boys. And it's going to be an offensive zone face-off in favor of the Gulls. 4-0 San Diego. Ryan Carpenter at 2:05 from Tyson Hines. The Gulls in the driver's seat, 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0. Shots on goal are 11-9 for the Gulls. 4 goals.
Passage off. We'll get this to the point after the face-off win. Solberg, snap one on goal. And it might have been redirected by Mishek. Good save from Ty Young. Gulls get the rebound back, right side. Waters can carry ahead to center. He's hit by Solberg, who takes the worst of that one. Puck in deep to Gulls territory. Left wing side, Kara. Muscled to the boards by Bailey. This one sprung loose in the circle and fed left wing side. Knizov, his shot off a stick wide. And Pastishoff takes the hit, makes the play as he dishes this one off the back end of Mishak to neutral ice, where the Canucks take control and they give it right back to San Diego. Mishak takes it from Bailey, right wing side. Looks around, holds on, still has it, takes a bump, gives to Solberg. Solberg dancing, his shot, blocker save made. And Waters will pick this up and lift it out to center ice. Poked in the Gulls zone and then further down the right wing boards by Abbotsford as they change. Solberg carries the mail towards neutral ice. Hits center red, he'll shoot it in from the left side. Feathered behind the cage by the Canucks. Schultz trying to clear on the far side wall. Got a chop at it, Lekkerimaki, and the Gulls are going to hold in from the point. McEwen just has to hold in, push it down low. Twisting there was Tyson Hines. Gulls got a man open in front. It's Colangelo trying to bounce it for Hines, who was on the near side circle open. Couldn't connect on the pass, and here come the Canucks through center. With speed, Mueller left side. Forced to the near wall by Tyson Hines. Good gap control. And it's McEwen taking the puck away. He'll move it to the circles. Colangelo softly ladles at the center on a clear. Back into the Gulls end, left wing side. As Dashke forces it in. Lekkerimaki chases. Poke checked by Carpenter. Gulls spring that puck loose once more, but it's held in on the far side point, by Kudryavtsev. where the Gulls just fired ahead to center ice, and they'll settle it with Ryan Carpenter. Speeds in with Colangelo, puts it into the corner. Gulls making a change as Cal Burke steps on to join Ryan Carpenter's line mate. Look to dish this one in front. It's off his stick and carried ahead to center ice by Poisson. Fed in left wing side of the Gulls end. Forced behind the net to the far side, swept around the horn. Klimovich moved it that way. They'll hold at the left point where Dashke keeps it alive. Noah Warren leans in on a man. Got to go after Noah Warren. The puck's onto neutral ice here. That battle continues. And now Warren just drops the gloves with Waters behind the play. Noah Warren throwing rights. Haymakers. They pin along the near boards, tussle and tumble to the ice.
I think there was something to that one. Noah Warren had something on his mind there. You don't normally see that at Noah Warren, but something was to that.
Yeah, they were leaning in down low. That battle started, and then we got to look at the replay. 1-2 cross checks, and then a slash from Klimovich.
That was the thing. It wasn't who he fought, wasn't who was cross-checking him. So, you know, Noah Warren could have felt the cross-check and just decided, hey, I'm just going to drop him anyways.
Yeah. And I believe that's the first pro fight for Mr. Noah Warren. A lot of firsts for number 2. First pro goal last Saturday. First pro fight here this Saturday on home ice for Noah Warren. Definitely has that size in the matchup with Chase Waters. A 5-inch advantage and 44 pounds in favor of the Montreal, Quebec native Noah Warren. So let's see. Let's see what the Gulls put out there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have a fifth now join. Okay. I would imagine it stayed the same. So no other penalties were called on this.
Let's
Waters went down to the runway and into the locker room for some repairs.
Let's see if this wakes up Abbotsford at any call, because after the fight, you know, there was some more jostling going on the ice there. There might be more leading to this.
That's the captain, Waters, trying to fire his group up. The all-time games played leader in Abbotsford Canucks history. Game number 281 for him. Played in all 96 games last year on their way to the Calder Cup Championship. Didn't miss a single one. Back to action will go. As it's swept out to the left point, the Gulls are going to hold in. It's Briard. Feeds it down low. Carpenter brings it up the half wall. Feeds Luno. Nice pass. Makes a little room for himself and shovels this one on the back end. That's blocked by the Canucks. And then fed to center ice on a clear.
Tristan Luno taking a backhand from the blue line.
He had a dance to create that shooting lane to even throw something towards the net too. The shiftiness of Tristan Luno. Puck still in the neutral zone, found by Carpenter. He put it off a body, and this will be touched up by the Gulls and an offside whistle with 14-12 to go in the second. 4-0 San Diego.
As that puck is down in the Abbotsford zone, 3-on-3 down low. It was getting chippy. Man on man, the cross checks, the slashing. There's a buildup happening since that fight. We're keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, I'm sure. When you're Abbotsford, you're having the season you're kind of having right now. Like you're looking for any sort of kind of spark to get back into this thing, and it's got to be tough. Down 4-0 here, and early on, and you can tell that Ville Husso is on his game back-to-back nights. Canucks play it to the right point. They're in the offensive zone working. We're going to get something back here. Throw it towards the net. That hit some bodies in front. I think it's in the equipment of Kara. And yeah, now it drops out as the whistle sounds. With 13:50 to go in the second period, Gulls in the driver's seat 4-0. We'll step aside for a break. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
San Diego Gulls fans, the wait is over. The season is here, and it's time to show your colors with the freshest Gulls gear ever. Celebrate 10 incredible years of Gulls hockey with our exclusive anniversary collection featuring limited edition styles you won't want to miss. Plus, check out brand new t-shirts, hats, and must-have novelty items to rep your team all year long. Gear up today and fly high with your Gulls. Available now at SanDiegoGullsShop.com. The Gulls mobile app is available today. Manage your digital tickets, listen to live games, and more in a next-level experience. Download the Gulls mobile app today, available for iOS and Android devices.
Get the assist you need at home, Gulls fans. Bill Howell's here for every plumbing, heating, and cooling challenge. Bill Howell, because we know how. Well, the Gulls with the win last night, points in 4 straight, points in 6 of their last 7. They move into a playoff spot in the Pacific Division, now sit 7th, a tie there with the Bakersfield Condors. And we talked about how important those points are, BJ. Clawing back to get 1 and then get 2 last night. There's only one team in the Pacific Division that has made the playoffs, and they've been more than 4 points out come American Thanksgiving. That's the Bakersfield Condors in 2022-2023. That's 6 points out, and they were able to find their way into the postseason. Anything more than that, you're not really finding your way in the Calder Cup playoffs in the Pacific Division since we returned to play from the bubble years. So San Diego in a good position right now, and talk about stacking points until you get into the dog days of the season where you start splitting weekend series and 3-point games pick up. It's hard to make up ground later on. Shot from the point stopped by Husso. He'll kick another one away as San Diego steers the puck to the near side corner. Along the near boards, settled by the Canucks. Lekaramaki, right wing side. Go back to him. He's at the point. Here's a forward. And feeds it down deep. Tracked down by Ulrichsen. Gulls poke this one loose from behind their net. They'll feed it ahead. And it's Solberg. Nice move through center ice. He leads the march into the offensive zone. Solberg, centering pass. That's intercepted by the Canucks. They can force it near side and skate away with this to neutral ice and then softly put it in the Gulls' end. You're seeing some of those puck skills of San Diego's Stian Solberg. Underrated puck skills is what Matt McElvain, head coach for the Gulls, said back during the rookie face-off in Anaheim this past year. Saw it on display there. It's a shot from the left side. Gulls let one go with Tyson Hines. That's kept out by Young. The Gulls will keep the puck alive. Wrist shot from Luno off the end boards. Didn't miss by much. San Diego finds an open Tyson Hines left side. Puts one towards the front, hit a leg, and bounces to the near side circle where the Gulls chop the stick out of a man's hands, and a penalty coming up to Justin Bailey for slashing as he touches up.
Yeah, Justin Bailey going after that puck, gets that stick of the Abbotsford player in the offensive zone. That's one of those tough penalties you think as a coach. It is 200 feet away from your net, but that's Bailey just working hard. That's what he's doing. He's fighting for that puck. You know, having a stick fall out of your hand, you say to your player, keep that stick tighter in your hands. But referees call that as a penalty.
It's just one of those automatic ones.
It is. It's too automatic. You got to have that stick in your hands. If you lose that stick, it's your fault. To call the other team for it, that's one of those penalties. It's a rough one.
Draw to the right of Ville Husso. Gulls PK unit 2 for 2 tonight as it's bounced behind the Gulls net. And it's Tyson Hines. Got it up to the line, but it's kept in by the Canucks. Bouncing puck, settled. Lekaramaki, right wing side. They'll hand off and return it back to 23 in green. Now holding with Minio. Holds this now. Minio from the Seattle Thunderbirds, the WHL, where he won a WHL title with Niko Mijatovic. He's got it once more at the center point. Shot on the way, save made. Husso. The Gulls put it off the glass and no clear.
The Gulls being aggressive again. Ryan Carpenter doesn't sit back in that box. He gets out at the puck carrier for Abbotsford, and they give up the puck.
Canucks will carry that ahead to center ice. 45 seconds has run off this power play clock. Karamaki into the zone, steers it around to the left boards. Luno puts a bump onto Berard, and it allows the Canucks to regain possession. They'll find it, put it in the circles. An aggressive Nick Brouillard almost got that one away. It's tied up on the end wall. Gulls poke it loose. Caulfield shovels this one ahead and out to neutral ice.
The Gulls outnumber Abbotsford in the corner. They're killing the penalty, but they still outnumber them.
45 seconds left in the kill. And it's brought ahead by Klimovich. Still looking for his first of the year. Going to walk this one behind the net. Steers it out to the point. He led Abbotsford in goal scoring last year with 25 and has been off the sheet now. Brought to the front. They can't stuff it home. Amon just ran out of real estate. Right wing side. There's Klimovich. Waits. 10.5 to play the second period. 20 seconds left on the power play. Gulls lead 4-0. They lose a stick on the far side. That was Judd Caulfield's. And until tied up along the far half wall, and the Canucks played it to the point, but it skies over the stick of Kudryavtsev and all the way down to their own end. That about do it on the power play. Is down to 5 seconds. And this will wind down. Bailey steps out. Gulls are 3 for 3 on the kill. Klimovich dumps it into the near corner once more. Kara in front, the centering pass, looking for Klimovich. Great position by the Gulls, and they move it ahead. Bailey might have a try. Jams the brakes, finds Gaucher, stripped of the puck at the last second. They'll still feed it to the front. Burke had it knifed off of his stick, and it's whacked down the ice by Klimovich. And this will saucer and won't make it for icing. That's a gassed unit here for the Canucks too. Part of that power play still on. They can change as the Gulls have the puck at their own end. Slap to center ice for Cal Burke. It'll move it for Gaucher on the right side. Takes the hit from Arnston. The near side corner of the puck was in deep. Fed ahead by Kara. And worked in left wing. Poisson on for Kara. Takes it off the far boards to the Gulls corner. Stashed back down deep. And then back up high they'll go with it as Schultz puts it down low. Akaramaki onto the far corner. Guides it behind the cage once more. Kara trying to power that one to the front. Gulls again in the passing lanes. They intercept with Hines. And move it ahead for Igor Sidorov. 2-on-2, but he's got a man on his back. Shoots it off the end boards. Picks it up on the other side. Gets the shot away. Sidorov denied by Young. A nifty play to himself by Igor Sidorov.
Does it by himself. Gets it off the back wall and beats behind the Abbotsford defenseman and gets to that puck and gets the rebound. A shot off.
8:54 left in the second. We'll take a break. 4-0 Gulls. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
The Rink 6-game pack. Snag all giveaway nights with the 6-game swag pack. Or go bigger with our 8 or 12-game plans. Save on tickets and lock in your favorite matchups and theme nights today. Grab yours now by visiting sandiegogulls.com/mini plans. Fridays are for Gulls hockey and $5 Light the Lamp lagers from Mason Ale Works. Skate over to Pechanga Arena for hard-hitting action, ice-cold brews, and non-stop fun. Grab your tickets now at sandiegogulls.com/tickets. For the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Choose the plan that best fits your style. Catch all the Friday night concert series with the Rock the Rink 6-game pack. Snag all giveaway nights with the 6-game swag pack. Or go bigger with our 8 or 12-game plans. Save on tickets and lock in your favorite matchups and theme nights today. Grab yours now by visiting sandiegogulls.com/mini plans.
Looking for a deal that's a real wiener? Grab the 4 Frank family pack and feast on fun with 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 chips, and 4 sodas, plus a parking pass, all starting at just $135. Available for select weekend games for the rest of the season. Don't relish a chance too long. Snack on yours at sandiegogulls.com/4pack. Got a real comedian that's writing these copy for me. Well, the Canucks, we mentioned the injuries that they're going with. They had a handful of PTOs had to add to the back end, especially on the defensive side here. Phip Waugh was one of the PTOs signed on Tuesday to join this club and got in a game with the Canucks. Spent his time with Mercyhurst in the NCAA, which is the collegiate home to which women's college hockey player, a 4-time medalist for Team Canada in the Olympics.
Wickenizer.
Nope. So Skip. There's a connection to Vancouver and this group. We will have the answer here when we get another break. But you can think on that one. Over on the far side, in the Abbotsford zone, brought near wall by the Gulls. Will go to Warren. Left wing, thrown back down low by Brouillard. Bailey will take it. Bailey still with it, man on his back, and he's going to draw a call. Just fights through the traffic. Gulls going to go to the power play as Warren throws it to the net. Slowed by Pastashov. He'll take it, get the extra man on, back to the left point. Bailey feeds left wing circle, goes off his stick, but it comes right to Matthew Phillips. He's the extra man. Power play coming up for San Diego. as they just play keep away right now. Phillips snaps it through and back in front. The Gulls just wide. They might hit the side of the cage on a try from Mishak. Some great passing by the Gulls. Some tough spots. Still with it though in the offensive zone. Phillips, left circle, buzzing around the zone. Feeds it across for Pastashov's one-timer. Great stop for Young. And it's deflected into the netting, and we'll have the call.
Phillips 2 different times having passes break the box, and it's a 5-man box waiting for the touch-up so that they can have the penalty start. The Gulls showing a great presence.
Okay, so I'll go back to that trivia.
Yep.
You got another answer?
No, I don't have another one.
Megan Augusta.
Megan Augusta.
Mercyhurst, she was a star when she finished her career. She was the all-time leading goal scorer in NCAA women's hockey history. 3 Olympic gold medals, a silver medal. And in between the 2018 Olympics from the 2014 Olympics, took a break and joined the Vancouver Police Force.
Very cool.
Part of that. So there's our all tie-in as we come back to that one, and that's Fipwa, not in the lineup tonight for the Abbotsford Canucks, but a Mercyhurst alumni, along with Megan Augusta. If you're keeping track on the Canadian side, Luno, he's going to try one off a stick, blocked by Waters, out of play. Keep it with Mercyhurst. Here's one more connection for me. Head coach of the men's team, Rick Gotkin, retiring after this year. 38 years at the helm of the Mercyhurst men's Division I program. First season 1988. Been a long time member of the Erie, Pennsylvania community and Mercyhurst University, helping put that program, both programs, on the map as the hockey there for Erie, Pennsylvania. Shot from the near side circle. I don't know how Young got across to make that save, but boy, he robbed Colangelo, staring him down in the slot, and then denies Tim Washi.
2 big saves by the Young netminder. Abbotsford gets their captain back. He comes over just a couple minutes ago, and he takes that face off. So good to see him back out on the ice.
Power play continues. Another minute 47 to go. We're going to reset here on this face-off. It's the J&G power play on the ice. This is its first full power play opportunity and a shortened one, the abbreviated opportunity back in the first frame. Mishak will take the face-off now. Washi kicked out, and the Canucks win the draw. And they'll rip this one down the ice. Tracked down by Luno and bring it ahead. 4-0 San Diego. As the Gulls drop pass picked off. Colangelo taken away by Waters. They move it to Schultz, and the Gulls get back defensively. There's Jan Mishak helping out. Rimmed around by Mueller to the right wing side looking for Waters. It's still all in the Gulls' end. And now they'll close him off the puck, and San Diego takes control. 7 minutes to play in the second. 4-0 Gulls. They're scoring on every 4th shot right now. 16 on net in right side. Colangelo feeds it left wing side, opens Pastashoff, rips this one off a leg wide. Gulls will hold in with a minute to go on the power play. Matthew Phillips, right wing side, shoots one. That may have just skipped off the equipment of Young, but ricochets off the end boards the center ice.
We talk about San Colangelo and his shot taking, his ability to shoot that puck. I think tonight he's been more of a playmaker.
Snapped ahead by the Gulls into the zone is Phillips. Feeds right down Main Street. The shot from Cedaroff is blocked. Stepping in front of that, Knizov. And it's cleared to neutral ice. Gulls right in front of their own bench here, trying to work this one in. Roland McEwen was tripped up as the Canucks take control. They'll feed it to neutral ice. Can't get it around Roland McEwen, and have to blast it down now from Arntzen. Changing penalty killers. 17 seconds left on the man advantage for the Gulls. Drop this one backwards. Stick handling is Pastashoff through center. They'll find Bailey right wing side. Feeds it across the zone for Ryan Carpenter. Ended a 10-game goal drought here in the second frame. He's got to get on the goal line. Gives in front. Comes to Pastashoff off skates. Goes to McEwen. Now left side. Cedaroff. Time winding down. Power plays over. McEwen on for Pastashoff. One-timer save made. A rebound. Goal. Dish back in front. And they couldn't connect with Bailey. Pastashoff right side. Feeds another one through the box. That goes off a stick and ricochets to center. And here come the Canucks in flight. Kara right side with a man in front. Kara waits. They shoot. And getting a piece of it is Husso to send it behind the net. Kara working behind the cage in the far corner. Dishes to the right point. Lekramaki. And off here. Kara once more. Kudryavtsev winds. Slapper. And that one ricochets off the end glass. Kudryavtsev And so Lekaramaki, it's poke checked by the Gulls' Bailey. He recognizes he's at the end of the shift here. He'll lift it the other way where it's picked up by Cedorov. Still has enough in the tank. Now he's going to put it in deep and head to the bench to change. Under 5 to go in the second. 4-0 San Diego. Redirected into the Gulls' end, and an icing whistle will sound.
Abbotsford almost caught the Gulls there late on that power play. They were on the ice a little bit too long. Abbotsford comes down, but it shows you the presence of the Gulls tonight. Second period, the Gulls get a little antsy in their own zone. They had all the poise in the world getting that puck to center ice. Different team from 2 weeks ago to tonight. You can feel it, you can see it.
I'll ask you, how much is, I mean, those first couple games, the Gulls had 2 games in the first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
You know, 2 games, and it ended up being 15 days when the start of the season that Friday night. It's just going to be tough to get into a routine.
No, couldn't get their sea legs underneath them.
Gulls tried rushing back into the zone. It's taken away. And here come the Canucks right side. Berard feeds it towards the front, and this one goes off of the tape of Klimovich, and he took a stick up high from Noah Warren at the same time. So the Gulls are going right back to the penalty box when we come back after this. 4-0 San Diego. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
Sign up for Gulls Elite for the 2025-26 season and get a free welcome gift. Guaranteed tickets to every Gulls game with this a la carte membership starting at under $19 per game. Enjoy perks like parking passes, a dedicated sales rep, and access to exclusive events and experiences. Be part of the action all season long and never miss a moment of Gulls hockey. Learn more and join today at sandiegogulls.com/Gulls Elite. Grab your crew and make it a night to remember with Gulls group tickets. Groups of 10 or more can score tickets starting at just $20. Plus, enjoy perks like scoreboard recognition, Gulls hats and scarves, priority seating for premium games, and more. Plan your next outing at sandiegogulls.com/.
The Colony, the official fan and booster club of the San Diego Gulls, is now accepting members for the 2025-26 season. The Colony is dedicated to fostering a passionate community of hockey fans in San Diego through outreach and fandom. Join now and receive an exclusive membership kit along with invitations to exclusive events and community volunteer opportunities. Sign up online at sandiegogulls.com/thecolony.
Life, that's what the Gulls are giving this Abbotsford Canuck team. A little bit of life. 4:24 to go here in this second period. They've only got 12 shots, and their lifeline really is the power play. And here they go. See if the Gulls can still stay aggressive.
It's their 4th power play chance of the night. Draw will be to the right of Ville Husso. They stopped all 12 shots so far this evening. Miami forced to take the draw. Carper jumps into that one. That was real quick. May have gone away with one. The captain, the veteran, it allows the Gulls a little help, and McEwen blasted down the ice.
Well, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, and that's what Ryan Carpenter did there. He cheated on the draw, and behind him, the referee was about to blow it down, but he didn't blow it.
I know, he did look. I thought they were going to blow it down. And Carpenter, the wily veteran, with his 3rd of the season earlier in this frame, brought in an opportunity for LeBate off a stick deflected into the netting behind Husso for a whistle.
And 12 shots on goal for this Canuck team. That's not enough shots for them, and giving them the power play is, again, giving them a chance to get some spark and get back into this game. The Gulls are up 4-0. We all know the next goal is that big one. They go up 5-0 to kind of take out the air on this Abbotsford team, but if they get the next one, 4-1, gives them a little life.
This is a team that does struggle to get the puck on net. They're last in shots on goal per game, averaging 25 per game. 32nd in the AHL. Gulls able to block a couple, and now they pick one off, and they may have a shorthanded opportunity. Fed for Burke right side. He'll swing it towards the net, but that'll be poked aside by Minio. 3:40 to play here in the second. Power play for another minute 14 as the Canucks drop this off at the center ice logo and walk this one in with Lekaramaki. He'll hold on the return pass along the blue line. Minio, Lekaramaki. Right wing circle now, skips off a stick, heads behind the net. Moved ahead by LeBate, comes right to the Gulls, and it's Burke on the clear.
The hard-working Cal Burke, him back in the lineup is just an energizer bunny. He's always feet moving at all times, Cal Burke.
45 seconds left on the kill. Snapped ahead. They had a man behind the Gulls defense, but San Diego can read the play. They got to stick on it themselves, and they'll dump it all the way down the ice again. And the first man to it in the offensive zone is Washi. He's going to battle with Kudryavtsev, trying to bring it out to the front. Continues to pester Klimovich now. Finally, he'll settle it with Kudryavtsev. And he can walk it ahead to neutral ice with 20 seconds left on the power play. Dumped in by Klimovich. Oh, look at this. Awkward bounce. The goaltender is out. Hits the post. We'll go to Klimovich. His shot. And it's kicked out by Husso, who lost his paddle. Oh, the craziness on that bounce. Back to the near side. Here's Tyson Hines. Guides it into the corner. Solberg taken by the Canucks. And onto the right side. Canucks feed it back down low, trying to golf it to the front. Power plays over, man open in front. They swing it to the cage and hit a skate. The Gulls keep it out. Washi puts it off the glass and out to neutral ice. What an awful way it would have been to see a shutout bid end with that insane bounce off the door.
Because that bounce almost went in the net.
Yeah.
Never mind, hit the post. That was the problem with it.
Here's Caulfield rambling through center ice. He's got a pair tonight, his first 2-goal game in the AHL. And the Gulls, a hot change at the bench here, allows the Canucks to pick it up. They work in right wing side. Poisson muscled off the biscuit. The Gulls, Noah Warren out of the penalty box, moves it near boards. But it's Kara keeping it deep. Poisson on the near wall, trying to walk it ahead, runs into Matthew Phillips. And it's Kara going to turn and keep this one in, left wing side. Phillips is all over him. Lifted his stick, takes the puck away, then the take go down, and the Gulls snapping ahead. Break chance, spinning as Mishak draws a call. And we'll have the stoppage, a holding call.
Everybody in the building's looking at the referee, seeing if he's going to point to center ice. We're not going to get that penalty shot, but the Gulls are going to go to the power play.
Maybe not in a 4-0 game.
No, they're going to keep it tight. Jan Mishak doing a great job, though, fighting all the way down there till he gets in front of the young netminder. And he still stands up. He didn't fall down on the play.
So the Gulls will head to the power play. 1:22 left in the second period. JMG power play takes the ice.
Abbotsford only got one shot on their last power play, but I got to tell you, there was 3 or 4 different chances where they might not have got the shot, but they had scoring opportunities.
Third try with the JMG power play for the Gulls. Last night, they scored 2 power play goals. Look at this funky bounce all the way down to the clear. Husso. That'll ricochet wide. He'll keep it out. Set up McEwen. As he shimmies around a man. Knocked off his skates. Multiple power play goals in a game for the first time all year for San Diego last night. The game tying goal is a 6-on-3 opportunity. And then they got the overtime winner from Justin Bailey on a same power play, a penalty he drew at the end of the period. 50 seconds to play in the second now. Gulls on the JMG power play as it's rattled off the glass. McEwen bodies this to keep it in from the right point. He'll guide it down the wall. Here's Pastujov for Carpenter. Return to Pastujov, right corner. Sets up McEwen. Holds the right circle, feeds Pastujov instead. Return to McEwen at the right circle. Center point. It's Pastujov. Works right. Takes the circle over. Has it on the half wall. Looks down low. Carpenter. Thought about taking it behind the net. Returns it to Pastujov. Now up top, McEwen. 19 seconds left in the period. Pastujov shoots, and that's off a leg wide. Dug out by Carpenter behind the net. They'll feed it left wing side, and back up top, it's McEwen. For Igor Sidorov. Drags, fires, blocked. Return to McEwen. 6 seconds left. Pastujov right side. Feathers it down low. Walking out in front. They can't get the shot away. Bailey will try, and he sends it over the net. As he puts his hands on his head. Can't believe he couldn't put that one through from the slot. But the Gulls will have 38 seconds on the JMG power play when we come back for the third. So what another good period for San Diego. They keep the Canucks off the board. Add one more as the captain ends a 10-game goalless drought with his third of the season. And it's 4-0 San Diego. If you hit this last period, it's just going to be just cruise.
Puck possession by the Gulls, it's going to be that way. We know a 4-0 game. Give one more goal for the Gulls, 5. That should put it out for them. But put one in for Abbotsford. You know, this game can turn a little bit.
It'll be interesting. We'll step for a break. Marco's got you back in studio with the intermission report coming up next. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
The best of Gulls All Access.
Welcome back to Gulls All Access. Today, we're joined by head coach Matt McIlvaine. Matt, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thanks, Coach. It's good to be here.
It's Your second year, you wrap things up and now heading into a third year as head coach of the San Diego Gulls. Matt, how have you grown as a coach when you enter into this point now, third year as an AHL head coach?
So much. You know, when I look back at growth, I'd been in one environment for so long, you know, being with Red Bull for 10 years and then jumping from Europe, coming into the American League and learning everything that the American League has to offer. Just like anything, when you start fresh, there's a learning curve. And I certainly felt that. The American League is very unique by nature, just from the prospects and the development plans and getting players to accomplish their individual goals while you're trying to move a team along. Certainly felt some lumps, and I'm carrying scars from these first couple of years as far as, you know, success from the standpoint of wins and losses. But from my perspective, all those are really opportunities to just keep learning and getting better and be the best coach possible for this team.
Did you find last year, second year, maybe a little easier than the first year, more settled in?
I think every season that you get under your belt, you're a little further ahead. You know more about the group, you know more about the division, you know more about this type of decisions that you have to make on a daily basis. From my side, without a doubt, year 2 was more comfortable than year 1 because you're more established. With that being said, each year sort of brings its own challenges. And we're really proud of the steps that we took as a team last year, but we also know that there's more room to go.
You and I have talked about growth a lot over the last 2 seasons. One of the last chats that we had, you mentioned how those guys from year 1 are now going to be year 3 guys. Your guys that were year 1 guys last year, they're stepping into season number 2. You know, how important is that continuity for development, that you're going to have your leadership group, the established culture, as these guys continue to gain experience and take those next steps?
It's huge. American League's tough. And for our guys, we've been fortunate because Anaheim has so many prospects that we have a giant group of young developing prospects. And so the challenges that's provided is there's so many guys that are learning so much about their individual game and the league and their own identity as far as how they're going to accomplish their individual goals. So there's a lot of people learning at the same time. And now that we're able to stand on a couple years together and our guys that are now second-year players are now into their third year. They're rounding a corner. They know what drives success. They felt it. They have really clear goals for the next step forward. They know what to target. Guys that are coming in now in year 2, they know what the American League is about. They felt it. They've had success. They failed. They've grown through that. And now that we can stack that experience together, I think it's an exponential opportunity for growth that we can keep stepping forward.
And we've seen that youth movement, whether it's a guy just stepped in for his first year, like a Tristan Luneau, who goes on to an all-star season. Sasha Pastujov really took off in year number 2 under that growth. First full year for a guy like Jan Mysak, the steps that Tyson Hines has taken. Were you impressed or surprised by anything they could go out and accomplish? But how do you kind of look at the steps that some of those guys have taken?
When you look at steps, a lot of the time, we're impressed by results. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, look at the kind of season that Sasha had. Oh my gosh, look at the kind of season that Tristan had. And when we're thinking about growth, we're thinking about all the work that the individual had to do to be able to get to that point. If you remember, Tristan started up with Anaheim, comes down with us, and he's trying to find his footing in the American League. There was a lot to learn as far as how do we move the puck on time the first time? When do we jump into rush? How much risk do we take in the game? And how can we play the game and produce offensively while we're staying in control within the structure of the team? And he found it. And he found it consistently, and to the point where, you know, he earns an all-star call. And a guy like Sasha Pastujov, that at the beginning of the season, with the way his training camp was, there wasn't an opportunity for him yet in San Diego. So we got to utilize the full scale of our development process and let him go spend some time gaining confidence and experience in the East Coast League. And then by the time he came back, he has a conversation with me. He's like, Matt, I haven't felt this confident since I was a junior. This is what the transition is all about. This is why we can utilize these different steps of our journey and how we can come back, and now he can go show that confidence on full display at our level. And now we can see exactly what Sasha can do and how we can contribute. So You can go to so many of these guys. I mean, Tyson Hines, in his first year, every time he got the puck, it had to be the perfect play. And then, he's learning about, okay, well, if I'm going to do simple, now I've got to do simple hard. And that he can be a reliable, unbeatable one-on-one defenseman who can just continually move pucks up and embracing that identity, because that's who he's going to be for the Ducks someday. So when we look at it, it's easy to see the result. And you go back and you strip it down, and then there's fun stories with each of these guys about their own personal development plan and what they had to champion to be able to accomplish those results.
You're watching the best of Gulls All Access.
The San Diego Gulls Foundation takes pride in giving back to our community. The Foundation's mission is to facilitate and support programs that produce positive change right here in San Diego.
As a sport, we do a lot when it comes to like community outreach and trying to grow the game and get kids involved. Anytime you can get out and grow the game and hang out with some kids, hang out with some fans, and it's a good time.
Since its inception, the San Diego Gulls Foundation has contributed over $1.2 million to local organizations. Our work is only possible with the help of you, our fans. Your support of our fundraising events, jersey auctions, and in-game fundraisers allows us to make an impact where it's needed most.
We're out supporting the San Diego Gulls Foundation through bowling with our fans. We're so grateful for them to come out and support us, and anytime we can support a cause like this, we're happy to do it.
If you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation or learn more about our work, visit sandiegogulls.com/community. $40. Purchase your Kids Club membership now by visiting sandiegogulls.com/kidsclub.
Well, when you walk to the locker room, when you're up 4-0 for the third period, you're normally hearing guys yell things like, here we go, boys, 20 miles, 20 smiles. Let's get her going, 20 miles. That's what the Gulls have here. 20 minutes to go to finish off this one. A lot of time left. Next goal's a big one.
Gulls start with the JMG power play. It rolls over from the second period down to half a minute. And set up by Husso for Luno. And here come the Gulls ahead. Well, they'll drop it back. And a little shifty move by Phillips. He speeds through center ice. Scampers into the zone right wing side. Drop pass. Gulls sweep it left side for Washi. Goals in 3 straight for Tim Washi. Set it up top for Sam Colangelo. Has to chop this one. Goes off a glove. Still poked loose. They got bodies out towards the neutral zone, but the Gulls had it skip over a stick, and now they may have a chance. Waters draws a call, but does get the dish ahead. Breakaway coming up, and they lose the handle as it rolls off the stick of Mueller. And the Gulls will come and touch this one up. There's the whistle.
Yeah, they're going to call Tristan Luneau again for that stick call. They're going to call it a slash, but he's just trying to stop the Abbotsford player from advancing the puck through the neutral zone for their captain to get a breakaway there. They're making that too easy of a call. They got to be fighting for that puck. Got to let the guys play.
So that ends the Gulls power play. 0 for 3 tonight, and a 5th power play chance coming up here for the Canucks. Gulls are 4-0-1 when they lead after 2 periods. The Abbotsford Canucks 1-7 when they trail after 2. And they got the power play, and they got the puck, and they have it in the offensive zone. Skips off a stick, though. It comes right to Ryan Carpenter, and this is dumped down the ice on the clear. Carpenter and Mijatovic out as the 2 penalty kill forwards. Aramaki settles it down. They can bounce this to center, slow it down. Little drop pass just on the right wing side. It's brought in, but offside. The twisting move from Berard sends them in for the whistle, offsides.
Abbotsford player gets over the blue line, but as he gets to that blue line, he keeps the puck behind him and he brings his skates over first. That's not offside. The problem is his fellow teammate then goes over the blue line. So then when he brings that puck over, that's offside. He was a little confused as to, he said to the linesman, I have full control of the puck, but the linesman said, your partner behind you.
No control from their own end. Regroup and look to break out. Through center ice and in left side. Chip it down low. Gulls hustle to this one. Brouillard tied up right now. Battling with LeBate. It's out to the point. And the Canucks set up shop. Lekaramaki. Return pass to him, 23 in green. Fed across, goes off a stick, fouled by the Gulls. Coffey wants to ramble with it. He'll shovel it ahead and flag this down on the right wing side as he bumps into Mueller, Takes the worst of that one, and Caulfield ends up on his wallet. Here come the Canucks on the counter. And they just strip him of the puck. That was Lekaramaki taken away by Tim Washington. He'll throw it down the ice too. 45 seconds left on the power play. Canucks leave it, they'll wait. Kudryavtsev moves it left side. Gulls continue to pressure. And it's Justin Bailey. A little clip there. Now with the unintentional by Waters, and they can move the puck into the corner as Hines throws Waters down to the ice. The Gulls lose the puck. They lost it at the left circle. Kudryavtsev sets it up. Left wing side. Return to Kudryavtsev. Defenseman now on the left wing circle. Klimovich trying to turn that one to the front. That stick went behind the net. Waters looking to dig this out. Body's down along the ice. It's Bailey behind the Gulls net. Canucks still control. 5 seconds on the power play. Set it up top. Shot on the way. Kicked out by Husso. Loose in the circle. Bailey has it. Shovels it ahead. The Gulls will pick it up. They got numbers. Left wing side. Holding his Gaucher with a man in front. Cuts to the middle of the ice. Gets the shot away. And it's blocked in front. And then backhanded ahead to center ice, where they'll bring it in 1-on-2 to the Gulls zone. Chasing is Solberg. Loose puck. Nope, thrown back near side circle. Man tripped up. Nothing gonna come as I take a peek at the officials as San Diego just dishes out to center ice and slowed by the Canucks. Lose this one off of the tape of Kara. The Gulls working it left side. Mishak takes the bump off the glass, but got it deep. Or it steered around the horn, and Kara picks it up left wing side and feeds it to Gulls ice, and this will result in an icing whistle. And, well, it's an official that's in the bench. of the Canucks. Took the worst of the collision between a couple of players in the neutral zone.
Wondering what the crowd was oohing about. A Gulls player and an Abbotsford player getting to the Abbotsford bench to hit each other. The linesman's the one that gets in the middle and gets knocked right over into the Abbotsford's bench. You don't see that one too much.
Yes, Scott Allen. I saw his skates sticking up, and I was like, who's that? And all black. And all black pants and connected. Return to action. Brouillard's going to feed it into the near side corner. Coming out of that is Pastujov. He'll leave it down low. Swept past Colangelo. As Jan Mysak chases to the far corner. Noah Warren doing the same. The defenseman pinching all the way to the bottom of the circle. And feeds it around the boards, where it's pushed ahead to center ice. And this will deflect along the near side glass, almost into the penalty box. We'll keep going as it drops onto the playing surface. And the Gulls poke it into the zone. Left side brought in now as the Gulls find Pastujov looking for Colangelo down the right wing side. Couldn't connect. And the counterattack is on for the Canucks. Move it in with LeBate. Finds it, trying to sweep it to the front, and the Gulls will take another penalty. Another stick infraction, and it's going to be Solberg to the box this time with 15:46 to go in the third.
That's the going penalty rate now. The third in a row for the Gulls, called the slash of the stick. The referees have been looking for it tonight, and that's the third one they've called. You can't go to the well so often and expect it to be dry. The Gulls are giving Abbotsford too many chances here. Still 15:46 to go. Abbotsford power play's a good one. They haven't got it to crack yet tonight, but you give them so many chances, they're going to get an opportunity.
Yeah, almost all stick infractions against the Gulls. 2 slats, 3 calls in this period alone. 3 total in the game. Had a high sticking call in there as well, and a hooking call to Pastujov. So Gulls taking a lot of stick infractions in this game. Another chance for the Canucks. They had to battle for this puck behind the net, and the Gulls will steal on the right side. Here's Mijatovic through center ice. He'll drop it off into the zone for Carpenter. Walks in, shoots this one, and Young gets the pads on it to keep it out. And Carpenter's back after it at center red. He'll chip it down the ice and head to the bench on the change.
Ryan Carpenter's kind of got that puck glued to him there. Every time he turns around on the ice, the puck's coming to him.
Washy runs into Minio. Had to force him back towards its own line, and now the Canucks will snap it in from the right side. Roland McEwen now fakes, reversing it behind him, flips it to the line instead, but the Gulls can't clear. They have it. It's the Canucks up top. Lekkerimäki, his shot, they had a body in front, blocked by Washy. He'll calmly bring it to the near side and then dish it down the ice.
Lekkerimäki taking a shot. In the past couple of years, that name in this building comes up too much. Aaron and I know.
Loves to shoot the biscuit. His first action at the AHL level this season as he was assigned by the Vancouver Canucks. The Gulls, oh look, good bounce, comes right to Burke in flight with a man in front, tries to center, short-handed. That'll go off a stick, never got it towards the cage in reach of Gaucher. And the Canucks back the other way will feed it in from the right wing side.
Great hustle by Nathan Gaucher, both ends of the ice.
Half a minute on the power play left. Burke gonna dig this one out on the near side, does it, he'll skate it ahead. Finds Nathan Gaucher at center red, who lofts it in, and the Gulls will change.
Cal Burke again, all he does is work hard for this Gulls roster.
It's the 6th power play chance of the night for the Canucks. And they're stood up at the line, and Bailey pushes this to center ice. Back in for the Canucks. They lose it once more. Here's San Diego, now 2-on-1, right side. Bailey with a man in front, throws it that way, redirected onto the net by Mysak, and it's kept out by goaltender Ty Young. Hasn't had a whole lot of action in this frame. Gets the stop there. Power play is over. Back to even strength as the puck is sent into the Canucks bench.
That's deflected.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Aaron. Deflected by Sasha Pastujov.
And 13.5 to go. We'll take a break. 4-0 Gulls. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
For 40.
San Diego Gulls fans, the wait is over. The season is here, and it's time to show your colors with the freshest Gulls gear ever. Celebrate 10 incredible years of Gulls hockey with our exclusive anniversary collection featuring limited edition styles you won't want to miss. Plus, check out brand new t-shirts, hats, and must-have novelty items to rep your team all year long. Gear up today and fly high with your Gulls. Available now at SanDiegoGullsShop.com. The Gulls mobile app is available today. Manage your digital tickets, listen to live games, and more in a next-level experience. Download the Gulls mobile app today, available for iOS and Android devices.
Join the San Diego Gulls at the Rady Children's Ice Rink at Liberty Station for Gulls Night on Wednesday, December 3rd from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Hit the ice with Gulls players, snap a festive holiday photo with Gulliver, and enter to win exclusive team gear. It's a night of skating, smiles, and making a difference, with all proceeds supporting the Peckham Center for Cancer and Blood Disorders at Rady Children's. For more information, visit sandiegogulls.com/events.
It's always great to see here in the Pechanga Casino Arena, every time they announce for the military, just the respect of the hockey crowd. When you get a military gentleman or female that stands up, and just the clap and cheer for them, this building does a great job.
Military Appreciation Night here tonight for the Gulls. There's Briard feeding one into the front, bouncing puck in the crease, comes out to Colangelo, wires it home. I got 5 on it, 5-0 San Diego.
Colangelo's a goal scorer. Those pucks, they find them. 5 guys on the ice, but that rebound comes to one player. That's Sam Colangelo. That's why he's a shooter. He knows where to be. He knows where the pucks are going to be. He's just hovering up top. Puck comes to him. One-timer, top shelf.
Yeah, there's no doubt he was going to fire that one. Gulls keeping the pedal to the metal here tonight. Up 5-0. As the Canucks searching for answers, it hasn't been on the power play. Also given up a lot of opportunities, but credit to the PK unit stopping one of the best power plays in the league. That was reloaded with Lekaramaki too. Canucks can't get inside Gulls territory cleanly, and the Gulls take it away. Bouncing puck at the stripe of Abbotsford, and they'll swipe it into the Gulls zone where it's collected by San Diego's Nick Briard. Left wing side, and Hines will dump it in. Bounce towards the front. And the Gulls see this one picked up by the Canucks instead at the left circle. Klimovich works down to the right wing side, send it out towards the point. There's a shot coming, and that one blockered aside, juggled with a high stick, bounced around, and the whistle will sound for a high stick on the puck.
High stick, and the Abbotsford player, he hits it with his stick, and then as it bounces, a Gulls player actually touches it with his stick, but the ref blew it dead anyways. Everybody's looking around, and the linesman says, hey, with the missed call, we're going to put the face-off outside.
Yeah, Mishak and crew will stay on there. So Matthew Phillips picks up a helper. He'll continue his streak. He hasn't gone back-to-back games without a point all season, as he gets the helper after being kept off the score sheet last night. Briard, the other assist on the Sam Colangelo goal, his second of the season. Second in as many games. Pastachov, he saw the hit coming from LeBate and just fed the puck in the zone and avoided the collision. LeBate thought he had him in the tracks. Pastachov so shifty as this one sent down the ice on an icing whistle against the Canucks.
Sasha Pastachov, I think, has got some of the best vision in the American Hockey League. He's the player for me. As he goes to pick up a puck or pick up a pass, he's already seeing the vision of what he's going to do with that puck. He can put the saucer flip. He can put it in the area for you. Sasha Pastachov, for me, is a playmaker.
Gulls win the face-off on the icing call. The attempt from Nico Majanovic off a stick, and it bounces to the near side corner. Hines is in on the play here down deep. As it's worked onto Ryan Carpenter. Battle on the near side circle. Cal Burke still doing some hard work. Majanovic prods it back to the left corner and finds this one. Penalty coming up. It's going to be against the Canucks. They swept the stick away from Cal Burke. As the Gulls have to chase this down back at their own end, they're going to go to the JMG power play. Once the Canucks touch up, goaltender comes off, extra man on, San Diego puts the open ice far side. It's Burke. Down the ice, the Gulls play it. And this will be an easy touch-up. Hines will let it go and allow Kara to touch this one up. We'll have the call.
Well, Cal Burke has his stick pulled right out of his hands, and he's in front of that net. And it's kind of one of those plays where he puts his hands up into the air, and he looks at the referee, and the referee puts his hand up to blow it dead. Well, certainly the puck comes right in front of Cal Burke, but he doesn't have a stick in his hands. So the Gulls going back to the power play. 11:18 to go here in this third period. You can feel Abbotsford wants this 11:18 to go by quicker than anybody else in this building. They just want to get out of here.
The start of a 6-game road trip for the Abbotsford Canucks. Stop here. They'll be in Coachella Valley tomorrow. Then they'll have 2 games against San Jose and then 2 games in Tucson right around Thanksgiving. Gulls working on the power players. Gaucher shot. Stopped, and then the rebound pounced on by Young.
Gauthier gets that shot off into the net. Gulls need to get that screen. You don't want your stick to be the screen. You got to get the big body there. And Judd Codfield's in front. He's looking for his 3rd on the night.
First multi-goal game of his career. And a pair in the first period, as this one will be poked up into the air and out to neutral ice. And the Gulls, well, they recognize that the game's in hand right now with a 5-0 lead. So this is why you're seeing a bit of a different mix on the power play. Brouillard skates it in, hands off to Caulfield, left wing side as the Gulls set up. It's Solberg at the left point. Solberg walks the line, gives to Mijatovic right circle, return to Solberg. He's going to shoot this one, and that hit something, went wide. Skied into the air, knocked down by Caulfield. He's going to juggle this some more along the near side corner boards. Fights along with Kudryavtsev. And the Gulls push it into the circles. Swept aside and poked down the ice. The Canucks get it clear. JMG power play into the final minute as Brouillard on the headman play. And will walk it down the left wing side. The reinforcements are hopping onto the ice. And it allows the Canucks, with the more manpower inside the zone after the Gulls were changing, they can clear.
Billy Husso played that puck right up the ice as both teams are making a line change there.
Here's Tyson Hines, little drop pass. Mishak didn't know it was coming. This one will sit on the near side. Kara almost picked that one up in flight. Gulls got away with one. Now look out, here's Mishak. He was tripped up. Gulls blocked the shot that was coming, but there's the touch up, and now Tyson Hines, because he took a little extra shot from Ulrichsen, didn't like it. Ulrichsen went a little high on Tyson Hines after the whistle had sounded, and takes exception and ties up with Ulrichsen.
Well, the referee was calling the initial one, and I believe the initial one's going against the Canucks.
I believe that was the Mishak tripped up play, and then see if they get anything after this. We'll see. There's, oh, yeah, right in the ear hole.
Yeah, Hines takes one right to the head there. Just looking to get a retaliation on the play.
Ulrichsen at 6'6", 234 pounds, a 4th-round pick of the Canucks in 2023. It's in the junior ranks last season with the Guelph Storm.
Looks like the Gulls are going to have a 5-on-3.
So it'll be for 33 seconds. LeBate had the first call, so he's in for another 33. The JNG power play will continue. And it's Kara, the tripping call, that sends San Diego to the 5-on-3 2-man advantage. Draw to the right of Ty Young. Washy on the face-off. Phillips out here. Wonder if they try to get Caulfield back out onto the ice. Dig it out on the near side. Battle continues here. Good work by Waters. Kept it away. Now the Gulls got it loose. Left side. Washy waits, feeds it in front. They score. There's Pastachuk. They'll make it 6-0.
Well, the Canucks captain did everything he can to try and have that time get off the board. But Tim Washy picks it up and he goes straight to the net. Everybody in the building knows what he's doing because he's got Sasha Pastachuk off to the side of the net. Unselfish. Tim Washy puts it right on his stick.
A little saucer pass across the crease.
Made it look too easy.
Pretty. 6-0. Still on the power play, so the Gulls power play goals in back-to-back games as they connect on the 5-on-3 opportunity. And San Diego guides it behind their own net. They'll find Caulfield on the right wing side. Gulls match their season high output in scoring. Third time that they've potted 6 in a game. Did it twice last week. The offense is certainly picking up. There's Sidorov, his shot. That'll sail high over the net. And fouled by the Canucks. They look to clear. They cough it up though to Carpenter. He dropped it off, or it's intercepted. And here comes Ulrichsen through center ice. Stuffing in on the back end. Him and Tyson Hines meet up. And Hines has his stick broken in 2 on the play. He's going to change. And look, a little helter-skelter in front of the bench as the puck now ricochets around and the Gulls poke it in and Hines will head off. Blasted down the ice by the Canucks, right to the tape of Ville Husso. 8.5 to go in this hockey game. Still on the power play for San Diego. Another 36 seconds. The JMG power play continues. Rifled in on the left side by McEwen. Another weird bounce from this corner. These are the doors that the teams exited into the locker rooms, and that one kicked back the opposite way. Whilst the Gulls, they're going to hold in. Here's McEwen. Snaps it to the net. Gaucher redirects, throws it back through. I've got a backhand opportunity, but Ty Young keeps it out. And now another fight going to break out as Gaucher mixed up, drops the mitts. And I believe that was Ulrichsen in the mix once more. Something on the backside. We were wondering when this was going to start to happen. But the game out of reach.
Watch out here with Solberg.
Solberg behind the net. 8:06 to go. Here's a look at the replay. A couple chances for Nathan Gaucher. It was just cross-check after cross-check. Excuse me, that is Joe Arnson that was down low. Giving the business to Nathan Gaucher after the redirection and the backhand opportunity for Gaucher in front.
Well, this Canuck team doesn't want to go down without the fight, and they continue to fight, but unfortunately the fight is after the whistle here. The little bit of a shot from behind. Still 8 minutes and 6 seconds to go here. The Gulls have 16 seconds left on the power play. Let's see what the referees figure out on this one.
The Canucks' door is open, so is San Diego's. Gaucher, you're going to open up the doors to the Gulls' locker room, and they're going to do the same for Arnson. I think this is just...
Yeah, some 10s are going to be thrown out there to keep the aggressors off the ice.
Just police the game.
Yeah, make it for the referees, the guys that were doing the pushing and shoving, throw 10s at them, get them out of here.
8:06 to play, so that'll just be early night to the showers. Gaucher can't believe it. He's smashes the stick off the glass and then makes his way down to the locker room. But I get why the officials, it's, just, you can take the temperature of this one.
It's the right way to do it. You allow this game, because like I said, 8:06 to go here. This Canuck team, they don't want to get out of here like, they're going to lie down for you. They're going to fight this one out.
Somebody else is standing up in the Gulls box. Solberg, they're going to send him to the room too.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
Same with LeBate. LeBate entered the season with the 7th most penalty minutes amongst active AHLers as he came back to the Vancouver Canucks organization and playing here in the AHL. Solberg gets an early night too. So we'll have some shortened benches. The Gulls still have 16 seconds of power play time. And I think we got it all sorted out for the most part. Gulls still will maintain the power play. Face-off will be in the neutral zone. Gulls. I mean, to me, we were talked about this, BJ in the pregame show too. This was one like you had to have. Like,
yep, they needed one.
All the energy you put into last night's game and exhausted, you could not have that letdown. And San Diego came out and not just skated by in this one. There's an exclamation point of just like, we're here, we're arriving. There's Mueller back to the Gulls' end. Stripped to the puck, but stays after it. I'll chip it down to the near corner of the Gulls' end. As Noah Warren guides it behind the net to the far side. And it's the Canucks that'll track it down at the blue line, hold in, fired on net, save Husso, and scoops up the rebound. He'll get the whistle. With 7:33 to play in the third.
You got to watch the spark after every whistle, because that's what's happening right now. The pushing and shoving after each whistle. The referee and the linesmen are trying to stop it as quick as they can.
We'll take a break. 6-0 San Diego. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
This is Attorney D.
Mini plans for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Choose the plan that best fits your style. Catch all the Friday night concert series with the Rock the Rink 6-game pack. Snag all giveaway nights with the 6-game swag pack. Or go bigger with our 8 or 12-game plans. Save on tickets and lock in your favorite matchups and theme nights today. Grab yours now by visiting sandiegogulls.com/mini plans. Fridays are for Gulls hockey and $5 Light the Lamp lagers from Mason Ale Works. Skate over to Pechanga Arena for hard-hitting action, ice-cold brews, and non-stop fun. Grab your tickets now at sandiegogulls.com/tickets.
Join us as we wear our 10-year anniversary jerseys and celebrate a decade of Gulls hockey in America's finest city on Wednesday, November 19th, as the Gulls take on the San Jose Barracuda at 7 p.m. Be there as we honor the players, coaches, and fans who shaped the heritage and legacy of the past 10 years, celebrating the stories and milestones that define what Gulls hockey stands for. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now at sandiegogulls.com/tickets.
Well, 7:33 to go in this third period. The Gulls needs to fight this one out. You got to play for that goaltender behind you, because he's played for you. See what the Gulls can do to close this one out.
And you think of this 4-game point streak for San Diego's on it. It's Ville Husso. When they need him, bailing him out. The Gulls turn it over in their own end. And on the right wing circle, it's Kudryavtsev trying to feed it out to the point, right between the two triggermen. Lekerimaki covering for him on the right wing side, and he'll slide all the way back to Canucks ice. In behind their own net, now working to the near side corner. Dashke trying to dance away and create something for himself. And now can feed Lekerimaki, who lifts it ahead to center ice. The Gulls leave it there at the red line, and Niko Majanovic has possession. Under 7 to play. Majanovic jams the brakes at the bench boards, and he's able to find Burke. Left wing side, Gulls get it into the zone with Tyson Hines. Able to stay onside. It's Burke. Fired one towards the cage. That's blocked by Kudryavtsev. Want to walk it back to the front. Comes to Majanovic. Goes to the right point. Luno. Little head fake. Rips it back to the corner on the cycle. Majanovic. That's where he's going to go dancing in the corner. Brings it up. Fires. Glove save. Young with traffic in front. Ryan Carpenter provides it. But Ty Young makes the stop.
Majanovic by himself in the corner, making moves, able to out-muscle two different Abbotsford players, and he comes out of the corner, a quick shot, and he gets it up top. Hi, Niko Majanovic, from last year to this year, night and day. You can see the confidence in with the puck, skating through the neutral zone. Like I said, he's grown up a lot in the last year.
And the coaching staff has sung his praises, even through the offseason. They want him to take that leadership level, gain that confidence along with it. That was a big thing for the Ducks, too. He wore the C at the rookie face-off tournament in Anaheim for the Ducks rookies prospects back around training camp time. You can just tell, as BJ mentioned, you can see the confidence on him here in year 2 of his pro career. Jan Myszak's going to carry the mail to center ice. Skating into the zone with Bailey on his left side, hands to him. Now it's Brouillard, walks into the slot. Brouillard still stick-gailing, feeds it back across the grain. It comes to McEwen, steps into a slapper. That was kicked out. McEwen slaps it back to the front. On the back door, Bailey puts in his second of the night. Back-to-back 2-goal games for Justin Bailey. And it's 7-0 San Diego.
Well, Bailey puts it in the net, but 3 different Gulls could have scored on that shift. Opportunities were coming back and forth, and Bailey sitting at the doorstep. McEwen, as he gets to that blue line, He does the Sasser passes off. As he goes to that puck, he looks over his shoulder, he spins and he fires. Right to Bailey. Bailey puts it in the net. His first thing to do is point right back at Roland McEwen.
So a pair of 2-goal games for Justin Bailey. He's now got 7 goals over his last 7 games. And an icing whip call will be against San Diego with 5:36 to play in the third. And just like that, Justin Bailey draws into a tie for the team lead in goal scoring with Tim Washi.
Well, it's crazy how scoring goals could make a hockey player feel like a star, as the difference is you can play 10 games without a goal, you just feel small. And that's all between the ears as hockey players, and that's what you go through. But right now, Bailey's riding high.
There's Sidorov to skate it through neutral ice. Left wing side, banks this one off his skate, picked up by Noah Warren. He'll twist away in the offensive zone. And you can tell it's the last time the crowd got into that chant for a 7-goal performance from San Diego on home ice. Carrot right at center red, drops this one backwards. As the Canucks snap it over left wing side. It's returned back to the defense. And they'll drill it on the near boards and try to walk in. The Gulls strip a man of the puck. And here's Brouillard settling it down and guides it over right wing wall for Matthew Phillips. Stop, reach, finds it. Now it's loose out at center ice, and the intended pass for Igor Sidorov. Near corner, Gulls guide it behind the cage. Out of the reach of Luno, Lekaramaki trying to make something happen here. Just taken right off his stick by Tim Washi. He'll calmly walk this to neutral ice. Got another chance to put it in deep. Now he's swarmed by green shirts right at the line. He'll muscle the puck into the zone, and Phillips trying to finish this thing off to get it in deep. Now to one knee, gets across the line, still sits at the circles, and the Canucks will take over, just loft it to center. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play. Brouillard D to D. Right back to Nick Brouillard, 15 in white. Worked in on the left wing. As Brouillard is 1 point away from reaching 100 as a San Diego Gull. He's got 2 assists here tonight. He'd become the first San Diego Gulls defenseman to reach 100 points in their career as a Gull. Sitting at 99 right now. Gulls chip it along the far side. Burke was wrapped up, turned around, sent to center ice. McEwen lost his blade, a stick I should say. It's dumped in by the Canucks, settled by Ville Husso. He'll direct traffic, takes a peek around as the Gulls hold behind the net. Crowd stays into it here on Military Appreciation Night on a Saturday as Carpenter rolls down the left wing side. Go to Burke, who puts it down towards the point. Return to Burke in the corner. Want to shovel to the front. Mihanovic pokes it and finds it along the near side half wall. He's going to be wrapped up by the Canucks. And Durando going to dig this one loose. Carpenter going to do so. Warren reaching, but it's poked around him by Durando, and back to the goal zone we go. Fed off the leg of McEwen, settled, and here's Mihanovic ahead to center ice. Lone man in the offensive zone right now. Looks for reinforcements as the Gulls are changing. So he dumps the puck in deep. Mishak takes it away. He looks around. They'll go to Warren. Little half slapper kicked out by Young. Still inside the offensive zone. 2.5 to play. Canucks take it behind the net. They'll go over to the far side corner. Here's Pujar Kara trying to wind things up from his own end. Puts it off the near boards for Jimmy Schultz. And ahead to neutral ice. Lifted in from the center red. Tracked down by Luno. They'll move it to Bailey, a 2-goal night. And if things stand, he's going to have a 4th game-winning goal, which will lead the American Hockey League, and he's got the game-winning goal if it stands, again, just like this score, in each of San Diego's last 4 victories. And he broke out of that slump. And he is on fire now. Shot rises high over the net, and an attempt coming off the tape of Ninio. And the Gulls carry ahead to center ice. Pass the shot. Under 2 to go. Gets across the line, puts it in deep to the corner. Caulfield. He'll be wrapped up on the near side. Breaks free now. Has it left wing circle. Want to defeat it to the front. It goes off his stick. And it's Burke battling away. And it's 90 seconds to go. Luno with it at the blue line. Sidorov twists away from the right wing side. Feeds down low for Hines. Hines to Luno. Gonna put it in front here. Sidorov denied by Young on the back door. I don't think he even realized he had it. And he does. And he'll get the whistle with 1:18 left in regulation. And the Gulls leading 7-0.
Sidorov looking up to the rafters. He's wondering why that puck's not going in the net for him. Sidorov's a goal scorer. The Gulls, you can never have enough of them. And he's one of those guys right now. He wants to bury one, and that's good. That's what you want out of goal scorers. Even though you're up by 7, Sidorov's that type of guy. He's a goal scorer. Shots on goal in this game have taken a big turn. 30 for the Gulls, 17 for Abbotsford. Abbotsford, really, their shots came off of power plays.
Gulls at the point. They'll hold on. Drill one from the right wing side. That goes off a leg. It'll skip wide. Just winding down the final 60 seconds. And it's more hard work from Cal Burke to keep it alive in the offense zone. Him and Caulfield out here. The Gulls just leave it down deep. They're going to flush out the defense behind the cage. Now Klimovich will carry out to center ice with 52 seconds to play. Waters working in the left wing circle. Gulls zone to the point. They're trying to just play spoiler now. Throw it in front. Oh, redirected just wide. As Klimovich almost had his first of the season. Gulls will get this ahead to center ice. Sidorov into offensive territory now. Working on the right wing. Look at this. Just putting on the Ritz all the way down and keeping the puck away from the Canucks. Brings it near side. He'll just float one to the front here. Got to the cage. Carpenter steers it wide with 25 seconds to go. The headman play. Be cut off by the Gulls. At the line, Brouillard takes it. On for Roland McEwen. And I said it in the pregame show. This is start number 20 for Ville Husso. He averages a shutout every 4 starts as a San Diego Gull. And he's going to draw into a tie with his 5th shutout as a Gull, with Lukasz Dostal for career marks as the Gulls down. The Abbotsford Canucks 7-0 at Pechanga Arena. 5 shutouts in 20 starts for Ville Husso. Pretty good.
Not bad. Those are good odds.
The offense, 2 weeks ago, chatted with the coaching staff, and they just kept saying, hey, we're doing all the right things. We're just not getting the bounces, just not getting things to go our way. We stick to the system, it'll be there. And Matt McElvain talks about goals coming, just stuck the ketchup in the ketchup bottle. You keep shaking that ketchup bottle, and you just can't get it to come out, especially those ones with the glass bottles. And then all of a sudden, you got an entire plate full of ketchup. Well, that's what the Gulls have right now. They have scored 6 or more in 3 of their last 5 contests, and a season high tonight, 7, as they shut out the Canucks 7-0. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the postgame show after this. You're listening to the San Diego Gulls Audio Network.
Many